What's up, everybody? Okay, I was not planning on today was going to be my off day. When I tell you I was going to take today off, I said, you know what? I'm just going to take today off. I'm not going to do a show today. I'm just going to take today off and just mind my business. It's okay? But every time I want to take an off day, I log on my social. First of all, I was watching Joe Budden podcast. I've been watching his podcast pretty much for the last week or so. I watch his podcast. I wake up watching and listening, studying his podcast. And I was on the air mattress, and my phone just kept ping, 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 ping. And I'm like, what the world going on? So I'm like, here we go again. I'm like, what's going on? But we're going to get into it. So the first conversation we're going to get into, let me bring his picture up. Let's first get into Tory Lanez first and foremost, because we're going to get into a lot of topics today. So y'all hold on to your seats and enjoy the show. Okay, so Tory Lanez is back in the media. First and foremost, I got a message in my DM, and they said that he reached out to Milagro Grams for her number. So I am hearing, this is not this is all allegedly, that he want to talk and that he want to give this interview to none other to Milagro Grams for Mob Radio. That's what I'm hearing. Word on the street is that he's reached out. So of course we were being a little nosy because by the time I was woke by that producer, I went over there to Milagro Grams' IG, and she was announcing that when she was doing a show. She went on and she ended the show. And when she ended the show, she was like, oh my God, Tory Lanez reached out to me. Tory Lanez want to come on, ask for my number. And I'm like, what? And I was screaming. Then I was deflating the air mattress. Then I couldn't hardly stand up because I was excited for her because I'm like, this is really good for the culture. I think it would be great if she get this interview with Tory Lanez, because we've been trying forever. We send it to the email address, and the email address is full. We send DMs, we send voice notes, we send it to this person, we send it to this studio, we send it to the the Prime Minister of Canada. We everywhere we could send a letter and an email, we've been sending. We ain't get no response, but Milagro Grams is nice and chocolate, and she's good looking, so she got a hand up in the business, and she's intelligent too. So, of course, they were letting me know in my DM. My DM never been this full of people like, Wiley, you got to jump online. Tory Lanez reached out to my Milagro Grams. I'm like, what? And I was excited because I'm like, this interview, if she get this interview, what? If she gets this interview, that will be lit for the culture. Do you understand that? That is like a career move type interview because he's in the news. He's the hottest already. Megan Thee Stallion is against her and all of this. And, we being messy. I'm like, Megan, what's your comment that Tory Lanez want to reach out to Milagro Grams? What you got to say? Because me, I'm being messy. I'm a messy person. So we ain't getting no response. So my producers, we were just sending out emails and DMs to Megan Thee Stallion. Let me leave her another voice note. Because I want to know, I'm like, if he goes sit to talking, Megan, do you want to come on the Wiley Show? Give me a second. Let me go ahead and leave her a little voice note right quick. Hold up. Hey, good afternoon, Megan Thee Stallion. I'm sorry if I woke you up, but I'm just up because I had just got word that, Tory Lanez is trying to shop around an interview. So I'm just saying, if you're willing to talk, I'm available to interview you on the Wiley Show. So if you are available, I would love to bring you on the Wiley Show and we can talk about your life, your legacy, your music, and anything else that you want to get off your chest. I hope it all is well with you and your family. God bless you, sister. Okay. Now, we reached out to her and we sent another note. We sent emails or whatever the case may be because I'm like, what can Tory Lanez say? Now, before we get into this whole Tory Lanez, well, we got to say this about Tory Lanez. Give me a second. Let me go to my friend blog right quick. Neighborhood Talk. I love that brother. That's my brother. Tory Lanez is in the news. So it's let me read this really quickly. Tory is still out here in the mix and people are fed up. This time, a man is claiming that the rapper went on to attack one of the Miami's hottest nightclubs. Now, mind you, this is the day that he reached out to Malaga Graham's interview. Now, the Neighborhood Talk is putting this article out that this guy, Christopher Harty, is suing and claiming Tory and his security detail or other members of the crew beat him to a pulp while at a LIV nightclub. In docs obtained by TMZ, Hardy said he was in the club in November 2019 when things went south. He claims Tory started to verbally antagonize him and that the trash talk eventually escalated to Tory taking a swing at him and landing a punch. Hardy claims Tory's security detail or crew also jumped in, punching, kicking, and beating him. The suit includes a 5-second video that shows a ruckus, but it's hard to make out if Tory a part of it. And although he didn't say what caused the fight, he claims the physical beatdown left him with a blunt force trauma to the head, neck, chest, and back, and multiple contusions, and bruises to his body. He is suing Tory for unspecified damages. Okay, now he's in the news, and I'm just like, he's in the news and everything like that. So, so I don't know. Is he trying to reach out to Milagro Grams to get ahead of this story about him allegedly beating up somebody? Like, just know, because that's quite suspicious. Because that you reaching out to her today, and that the Neighborhood Talk just released. They just released a whole article that, Tory Lanez is getting sued by this man, Christopher. Now, everybody out there on social media be like, get in my DMs. They was like, and I'm just getting another DM. They was like, Wiley, I do believe Tory Lanez is going to talk, and everybody is like, well, I'm here for it. I think it would be great. But this is the thing, because Millie deserves it. She's the heart. Let me tell you, this woman will get up early, spend hours. She don't be on there yarning, sleepy. She reports, and I give her a respect of putting it out there to her audience, so she deserves it. She sent voice notes. I got that from her. I got that from my radio. I didn't know nothing about sending somebody a voice note. So I'll be voice note down. And it actually worked. I've gotten guests by sending a voice note, come on the Wiley Show and different things. It's a very effective tool that you can hear their voice and you can say what you want to say. And I even reach out to producers. We just do voice notes all day, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Even when if I got to gather a blogger together, I leave a voice note and they get a response. I may not come on your show, but I will be in your DM leaving you a voice note. So they were all in my DM talking, and everybody was having a good old time. And I think it would be lit. Everybody was like talking about, the Wiley Show and sending stuff in my DM about Tory Lanez. So if he do go on there, shout out to everybody. Shout out to my radio. I think that would be a great exclusive. I'm here for it, right? Are y'all here for it? How many of y'all gonna be drop a bomb in the comments if y'all gonna tune in to that live? I want to know how many people gonna tune into that live. If she interviewed Tory Lanez and get that interview, come on, somebody. Everybody gonna be watching that. Everybody gonna be watching that. Everybody gonna be watching that. How many of y'all gonna tune into that interview? Come on, let it be known. Let's drop down in the comments. Drop down in the comments. Oh, my friend is definitely doing it. Shout out to my sister. Hey, friend. Mm. She's gonna break the internet. Hey, friend. Yes, she definitely gonna break. She definitely gonna break the internet. I'm here for it. Okay. Well, I'm looking at y'all comments. Y'all all gonna be tuned in for that. I know it. Thank y'all. But let's get into Odell Beckham Jr. Now, he has been in the news because these two, I would say, stunt queens get on a platform and they lie on this podcast, lying on this man, saying that this man boo boo on them and and all of that. So he rarely does interview. Odell Beckham does not do interviews. He's he rarely does interview, but he did do an interview and he responded to the allegations of him, on women. And he was like, no, that's not true. He was laughing because he was like, out of all rumors, he never heard that before. He said, no, it's not true. He said he was on the field and his players was asking like, is that true? Did you do that? He was like, no, I did not do that. Like, what the world? What are you talking about? I did not do that. Like, and I'm just sitting here. So I go on, the Breakfast Club, because every morning when I wake up, I listen to the blogs, I listen to the Breakfast Club, radio, whatever. So I'm logged into iHeart and I'm listening to the Rumor Report. And Angelique brings up the Odell Beckham, the rumors about the bedroom activity. So Charlamagne was like, if he need to sue. He need to sue these bloggers, these YouTubers, these bloggers. Y'all should be held on to the same standard than mainstream media, because y'all are part of media, that y'all should be saying anything, that y'all should be sued. Yeah, he should go out and sue. And then Angelique said, but what if it's the truth? Then if it's the truth, then you got to prove it. You see, you got to be careful with that. And then I was saying to Charlamagne, and I was triggered. I was triggered when Charlamagne said that, because I'm like this. If that lady, and I'm just saying this, hold on, let me put this thing. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Lord, I got to do it. Just like that lady that had the allegations towards Charlamagne the God, if she telling a lie, why you don't sue her? Right? That lady that have been going around and saying that Charlamagne did this to her and he was the person, she going around crying on people's YouTube channel with 3 views, and she went to Tasha K, she went to all these type of people. So even Joe Budden was like, what if I bring her on my platform? And it was like, no, don't do that, because he was like, what if I bring her on the place? I ain't gonna do it, but he brought it up. And so if she, if she is lying, why not take her to court? I'm just saying, if she is lying, why not take her to court? I'm just saying, why not take her to court? Why not sue her? Because he was like, if it's true, but if it is true, you got to do it. And then one time with it, once you open up that Pandora's box to sue folks, you better make sure your closet is clean and that you ain't out here actually doing nothing. So I stand with Charlamagne. I don't think that he's guilty. I think that the man is innocent. I just think that the young woman came after him because he's a popular superstar. He's a popular radio show host. He got money and all of that. But when you but I just feel like he don't need to be making them strong comments like that. Just sue these bloggers, sue these YouTubers. I'm like, no, let's not. Charlamagne, I won't be leading that charge, especially when I got a lady that out there in these streets roaming around and everywhere talking about she was there. I do believe, now I'm gonna tell you this, I do believe that woman was touched. I just don't think Charlamagne was the one that touched her. I'm gonna say that again. I do believe that that woman was touched, but it wasn't Charlamagne the God. I don't believe he did it. Let me move on, because that's a touchy subject. But it's my opinion. It's my opinion, because this is my opinion. This is the Wiley Show, and I don't believe that he did it. And if he did do it, why don't she take him to court? She can still sue him. Take him to civil court. I know criminal court is what ain't this what do they call that? Probably years have passed because she sued. I'm just saying. Okay. Now with Odell Beckham, back to him, I don't believe. What did he get? You really don't. Let me tell you this. I don't believe it because I just don't believe that. Oh, he did that. Did that. I don't believe. I do believe that people do have fetishes. I'm gonna just tell you when I was I met this choir director. He just got done and they was on a gospel concert and this choir director. He worked and I reached out to him. He was in Chicago and I said, come over. And then he was like, well, I want you to pass gas on me. And I'm like, what? And I couldn't pass gas on him for nothing. I couldn't do it. So I do know people do have them fetishes. They do have them fetishes. They do have them fetishes. Okay? They do have them fetishes. Right? Now, because I know that for because I've been in room like, and I couldn't do it. No matter how hard I tried, it looked like them cheeks was like clink, clink. None could come out. But soon as he left outside the door, soon as he left outside my place, it was flowing out of them cheeks, boom, 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 like a trombone. It was flowing out of them cheeks, boom, 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 boom. But when he was there, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It was clink, clink. It was them. It didn't move. Not even a little sprinkle. But soon as he left outside the door, boom, 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 boom. He was blowing on his sticking up, putting things up, blowing and sticking, blowing and sticking. He did everything possible. Said, "Do you want to eat? I'm eating pork and beans. I'm just eating all type of stuff to make blah, 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 blah." Nothing. But soon as he left, that's when he came out like that. I knew it wasn't gonna work. God didn't allow that to work. How you just got them thinking Jesus could work it out, and you in my house, you will be there. Poo poo. Oh no. I've been in there. I'm like, no, it didn't work. So soon as he left, then that is when it started to flow out of there. This is like boom, boom, boom. Okay? Because people do have fetishes out there, golden showers. People do have these fetishes. And it is some people that do like, that do like, that do love them brown sandwiches. Okay, can I say brown sandwiches? It is people that like brown sandwiches. There's some people that like that. Golden shower, brown sandwich, all that type of stuff. That is what it is. So, yes. So I'm going to just say that right then and there. Okay? All right. Let me go ahead on. Now he said he didn't do it. He said, no, that's a lie. And the truth ain't in it and everything. But he should sue them women. But they all on their podcast, all they do is get up there and lie, and they come up with these scandalous stories. That's all they do on that podcast. Okay? Them two, all they do is just lie. That's all they do. Lie on black men. All them is just lie. Okay? That's all they do. They just lie. All right. Now I'm gonna just say that. Okay, so wow, let's move on to the next subject here. Okay, all right. Okay, Kanye West is in the media and he's on another rant. Let me see if I can pull up his tweets here. Give me a second. So he's right here on Twitter. He said free Suge. Then he got another tweet. He got a couple other tweets out. He was saying that, of course he peed on it. And then he posted this tweet. He said, don't let the system pin us against each other. Jay is my brother. I have eternal love for all the artists that have been through it and are still trapped this cricket system, Jay still doesn't get his own masters back for 10 years, I will see to it that we will get our masters. And he wrote a post about that. So he's just been on his Twitter, just writing posts all day, every day, all on his situation. I'm talking about he write like it just Kanye, even some of the stuff the man is saying do have some truth in it. I do believe he's very manic, very, very manic. And unfortunately, he just doing stuff for attention. He have a big platform. He have a big voice. I mean, he's a multi-millionaire. So whatever he posts is going to be instant news. And of course, they're going to give him more publicity because we're dealing in a pandemic. We're in a pandemic. So everybody will be sitting here just talking. So that's what that is. Even we in a pandemic. Okay, but what more can you say? Now, I do feel for Kim because this is embarrassing. Because this man, he wrote another post to us, his daughter, talking about if something were to happen to me, just know I was a good man. I'm like, child, Mr. West, Kanye West, can you do me a favor? Take your medication. You can skip a meal, but you can't skip a pill. Take your medication. I don't understand that. Take your medication. It don't make no sense you doing all that type of stuff. Take your medication, sir. You got a family. You got a beautiful wife. So what? Half of her is plastic. You got a beautiful wife, beautiful children. Take your medicine, sir. It ain't hard. Only thing you got to do, I'm going to show you an example, okay? Let me show you an example. You get it out of there, okay? Hold up. Let me not drop it because these pills are expensive, okay? Take it out the bottle, okay? You see that? Twirl it, put it like that. You put it like that. Put the lid back on. Put it back down. Put it in your hand. Like the Lord said you. Take, eat, okay? Like that. There you go. There you go. See how easy that is? There you go. You just drink it down, slurp it down. It ain't hard. So you can go to sleep because all you doing all that tweeting and everything like that. Take your medicine. It ain't hard to take it. Take it. And you got a beautiful bed. You ain't on no air mattress. You ain't poor. You ain't paying back no library. You rich. So all you got to do is take a little pill to make you be calm. Take your medicine, sir, so you can stop getting up all that, all them people. You got all them powerful people, all them voices talking. And them voices be saying, you need to post that person. See, that person got your masters. And see, you need to get your masters back. And masters. And post this person. See, this person is holding you back. And see, this is what I'm talking. All the conspiracy. And you just put it all on Twitter. There ain't nothing but them voices talking to him. One of them voices told him run for president. He did exactly that. It's them voices in his head because he needs to sleep. He got about 200 voices living upstairs in his head. That's why his mouth looking like that. Look how he looking. You know that man is disturbed upstairs. He be taking his medicine. Y'all up there giving that man, letting him go viral. And all he gonna do, and now see, I gotta post some more stuff. And see, but you don't understand. I need my master to see the black people and see Harriet Tubman when she fled the slave. Then she gave it to the white man, and then you have the slave going over there winning and live with the white man. And then see, she didn't really flee the slave. So she made them black people work for other white folks. And see, that's what is happening here because I don't really own my masters and all that. I'm still a slave. I'm still a slave to the system. Don't you understand? I miss my mama. He started crying. I'm like, come on now. Y'all don't see this man is disturbed. He needs some help. Where these people at? You clearly can see it. I clearly can see it. Because I've been there. Only difference is he got all that attention. Y'all don't voice up in his head talking about he run for president. And now he want his masters. Now he worried about now he Moses. Something wrong. You know you ain't Moses. Sit down, sir. You ain't no Moses. Talking about he Moses. That man, now he think he Moses. That man bad is gone. He said he Moses. Sit down, sir. You okay, sir. You Moses. Go ahead with the white jackets. Escort him in that little padded room and get him some help. Make no sense. I'm like, he needs some help. He said he moaned. He know y'all can't see this man need no help. Is I'm the only one that can see that this man needs some help? He needs some help right now. He is disturbed. He's battling in his mind. You know you are. That's something. That's why I tell folks, when you got your mind, you better thank the Lord that you got your mind, baby. Because you don't want to lose your mind and have a battle in your mind. That's something. That's something right there. You better thank God. If you got your mind, you may not can pay your light bill. But if you got your mind, you better get up and shout for joy right there. Okay? He got unlimited resources. He got the money. I halfway feel because the man got the money. He ain't got to be like me. Okay, Mr. O'Reilly, we make your appointment in 6 months. He could get the top doctors from every top university, every psychological, every top psych doctors that money can buy. It's all in the tip of his hands. He got the top access to the top medical resource that money can buy. He don't have to be like me on no waiting list. You don't have to be like me, get stuff for cheap and generic. He get the best. All he got to do is get it. Request it. But I do feel for him, though. I do. It's not easy being bipolar. It's rough. You know, you lose friendships and you drag folks. I get it. I've been there. Being bipolar is not good. One day you feeling happy, the next day you crying the same day. See, y'all don't understand. It's some YouTubers I see that lost their something wrong with their mind. You know, they just be up crying. Next thing you cut up folks like that, you're crying again. Something wrong with you upstairs. Get checked. But with Kanye, I'm praying for him. I'm praying for that brother he get the help that he deserves. And I want to know how often is he sleeping? What is his appetite like? You know, is he eating right? Is you sleeping right? But if you ain't sleeping and eating right, something is wrong upstairs. And I'll tell you, I've been there. I used to say some crazy stuff on my social media when I was married. Man, please. Man, I used to thought I was Monique. I thought I was a Muslim. I thought I was Sister Monique. I started sounding like Monique. That's when you know you were. I started sounding like her. My cousin, I used to scare my cousin. I was like, you ain't Monique. You sound just like her. You need to take your medicine. I was so disturbed, I could see my rib cage. I'm thick now. Thank the Lord that I'm thick. But when I was really going through it, baby, you could see the bones you could see the rib cage. All right, he was sunk in. I was looking, it looked like I had gastric bypass surgery. And the voices said, don't eat. You better not eat that food. So if the voice be telling, it told me don't eat. And so guess what? I didn't eat. And you can see the ribs. I said, good God. I wasn't eating. Pacing the floor. My room was junky with paperwork. I had so many papers printed. It had so much stuff going on in my head. And when the officers came to my bedroom, they was like, oh my God, do you have a mental illness? Are you okay? And I was rebuking them, calling them all type of names. I was upstairs. I wasn't there. I wasn't rational. But you know, I serve a powerful God. God said, no, that son got some more clicks and views to do. He can't go right now. Them voices had me to going outside. I had a roommate that I met off the Craigslist, and she was in the apartment. They sneaked her outside because they was about to end my life. But God, they was ready to end my, because I kept calling the stuff I was saying on there. They sent all type of officers in that apartment. They wanted to light me up. But God said, no, not him. You couldn't do it. Only thing they could do, sir, do you have a mental illness? Sir, do you have this? And they ran my name. Nothing showed up. So they all left. It was a lot of them officers left. Then I went outside and she got ready for work. I said, I'm gonna drive with you. Oh no, I can't drive with you. You work for the government. You working for the government. I know you work for the government. And I told her, I rebuked her. And she said, I'm not working for the government. I'm a security officer. I said, you working for them. Because she had a security uniform and the voices said she worked for the government. So I left out of that car. I said, I'm getting out of here. You work for the government. I don't want to be in this car. So I was pacing. I said, oh, they watching me. So I called 911 again. I called them again to get me some more help. They hung up the phone. Doo-doo. I said, wait a minute, these folks hung up the phone. I couldn't believe it. I was so paranoid. My mind was going, it looked like the cars. It looked like the white people in the car was just looking at me in slow motion. Just looking right at me. I'm like, oh my God. It's like I was so paranoid. Like the cars were slowing down. I'm like, what in the world is they really? These people are watching. Not the way they just all had, and I'm just walking. And it's like nobody, no human being, nobody. It looked like that wasn't nothing but God was guiding my footsteps. Nobody intervened. Nobody bothered me. Nobody did touch. And then I finally made it to my cousin's apartment. And he said, I'm going to take I said, I want you to be my press secretary. I don't want to run for president. You my press. I was talking crazy. I had about 6 different subject matters that I was talking to in less than 10 minutes. Blah, 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 blah. He said, give me your phone. When the last time you showered? Didn't shower, man. I want to start no shower, man, please. I said, no, I ain't taking no shower in 3 days, 3 nights, a whole week. So I ain't taking. So he said, won't you take a shower, but give me your phone. So I took a shower. He left and went to work. And then I said, no voices, you got to get out of here. Man, I said, I got to have this door open. He said, why do you got the door open? Because they watching me. These people is watching. They coming after me. You know, man, I tell you, my mouth was gone. It was gone. And when I went to the library, good God, see, they don't tell the full story before we got up in there. Once we get them 911 tapes, it will prove to be that my mouth, it was gone. It was gone, but I thank God I got it today. I thank God that I'm still here today. Shout out. But I went in there and the strength, I never thought that I had the strength that I had. And then like my mouth just was gone, man. It was gone. And I ran out of there, took every piece of clothing I owned, took it off because my mind was gone. It said, take off your clothes. Like I was possessed. And then I would never forget. I would remember I was in these different apartment complexes, just nothing on. And they was like, they said, what's your name? Who are you, sir? Are you okay? Where are you from? The voices in my head said, don't answer them. Don't say nothing. Just give them your ID. I gave my ID. Only thing I had in my hand was like ID, my social security card. And I would remember just giving it to them. And they were writing down some stuff. Then I said, I got to run and go back home. Then that officer said, freeze. And I just remember. And he got that taser. And he tased and boom, I hit the ground. Blood gushed out my chin. I never was tased in my life. It tased me in my stomach and just yanked it out, put them handcuffs on me, threw me in the ambulance, and I went inside that hospital room. And I couldn't stand the white people. I couldn't stand them. So they had to escort every white doctor, nurse out of there, give me black people. Because I couldn't stand the people that was in there at all. My mind was gone, and this personality that you was dealing with didn't like. We wanted black only, so they had to just get black people. Then one security guard, I snapped again. He came up in there. I said, "Will you come on in?" I'm like, it was like he said, "No, don't bother over there." And then they said, "You know what? We have to." They. That nurse was like, "You know what? Can I fix your chin?" I called her wicked such and such. I called her something. And she said, can I do treatment on your chin? I said, you ain't gonna touch me, you wicked. I rebuked her. And then she said, forget it, just let it bleed. I mean, it was just gushing out. And then they said, we just got to do something. So the lady got the I don't know what they shot up in, but they had to shoot something. Man, they shot me like, and I went to sleep. And then I woke up, started singing gospel music. Well, I was so high. The medicine that they gave me, baby, I woke up singing gospel music, preaching. I was so high, and it felt so. I see why people like to shoot up, because when they shot me up with that, whatever they shot me up with, baby, I woke up and I was so high. They shot me, they gave me, and I was, Oh, and then they had to do it again. I ain't going to no hospital. I ain't crazy. And then they shot me. They did it again. Dude. Then when I woke up, I was in the mental hospital. I was in the lobby in a whole mental ward. And I said, what did I doing? And I couldn't move because I was so drowsy and all that. And it's just so much I can tell you. But I'm just saying all this to say this. Y'all, it's rough. And so when people say, oh, he faked and all that, child, you can sit down somewhere. I wish, but no, baby, that was real. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I was going through, but I do remember this. I was going through hell. I went through so much. Family disowned me. I tried to just get my life order. I couldn't. I'm like, why I couldn't think? I couldn't think right. I couldn't do right. When I go to the store, I couldn't. I couldn't do any of that. I couldn't remember. My mind was just, it was gone. And I said, Lord, what the world is going on with me? And I'm like, what in the world? I never experienced that in my life. And then, once I was able to sleep, because mind you, when I went to the mental hospital, I didn't sleep in weeks. I didn't sleep then. I can't even tell you the last time I slept for 8 hours, because I used to sleep for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever. Not no 4 days. So finally, I went to the hospital and I was there and I slept, didn't eat, and slept because I still thought I was going to poison. And then eventually they made me eat. They said, you got to eat. And then I tried to escape. Then they put a 4-point restraint. They restrained me down. I tried to leave. Man, I would tell you this. I went through a lot. I went through it a lot, and that wasn't nothing but God saved my life. The saints of God prayed for me, and that wasn't nothing but God. But I went through it, y'all. So I know why people sitting here. I can tell you, like being bipolar, being sick. I've been there. I experienced that. I've been to many hospitals in my 20s. Okay, I'm about to be 30 November 11th. But in the mid-20s, it looked like some came over me. I couldn't control it, and I needed some help. And when I look back over my life, when I look back over it, it was a lot of things that I was suppressing and wasn't getting the help that I needed because nobody around me said, Wiley, get you a therapist. Nobody around me said, Wiley, you need some counseling. You need this. It was all about, only thing that I've heard is get on the altar. Get God. That's the only thing that I was instructed to do. But it wasn't just talk with somebody. Nothing like that. And so I tried it and I said I need it. But then I started to talk to these psychiatrists. I started to talk to these doctors. And it started to make sense. Then I was able to tell them all the stuff that I went through from my childhood to as a teenager to this and that. A lot of things that I was a confused person. Yes, I was at Green Oaks Hospital. Yes, I was. I was at Green Oaks Hospital. Absolutely. I was confused. And it all happened when in Chicago. Then we moved from Chicago and I moved to Texas with an issue and a problem. And it's like when I moved to Dallas, it got worse because you didn't have no family, you didn't have no church, you didn't have nothing to cover you. It was no more covering. It was just me against the world. And baby, I thank the Lord for Texas. I thank for the state of Texas for intervening because they had to take over. Yes, they did. I got the paperwork where they said, sir, you are mentally unstable and you are a danger to yourself and you ain't going nowhere. I couldn't go nowhere. Baby, they took all, I done lost every single right. They took over. They had no choice. The state had to take over me. They did. And they did that. And they said, you ain't going nowhere. You are a danger not to yourself and to others because we got to see what's going on with you. And so, of course, they gave me a drug test and alcohol. None of that was in my system. No drugs, no nothing. It was just my mind was gone. They said, when the last time you slept? And I said, I can't remember the last time I slept. But they had to calm me down because mentally, so my mind, when it comes to the racial stuff, it was weird. It was really weird. And so it took me a while to look at white people and to be respectful because my mind was going, I didn't too much like them. And so, but God had to come, and then I was able to get through and to talk. There was a lot of stuff going on, a lot of me. And this is what I learned with me when I was going through, because I'm like, what else did I do? I was watching a lot of documentaries. I was watching a lot of civil rights documentary, a lot of police killing black. I was watching 24 hours a day. I would just be in a room for days watching all of that. And I snapped. I couldn't believe I was watching all this stuff. And I said, and as I look back, I said, what was I doing? And I was listening to a lot. I listened to a lot of speeches, Minister Farrakhan speeches, Monique interviews, and watching police stuff like all day, every day, no break, no in between. Only time when I take a break, I'll be on my phone, listen in the restroom. It would just play constantly over and over. And I would get an article, and I was messed up. And I snapped because I don't think you should consume all of that energy inside of your body. I consumed all of that. And that's why today I don't watch all them videos when police doing that. I can't watch all of it. I get triggered very, very easily. So I tend not to watch it because it's too much. And so I'm watching a lot of that, and I had to get through that, and I was talking, and eventually I started getting on the medicine, and I started to talk. Then depression set in. I was super depressed, and it was right there. And it's like I had to confront all of my, demons. I had to confront the issues that I was going through, the problems that I was going through, because I was consumed with so much negative energy, and I had to get help. And so now, I thank God that we're still here, and now we're doing a platform. But ladies and gentlemen, it's not easy. It is not easy being a black man. It's just not easy being a black. It's not easy when you're going through mentally in the black community. It's still to this day, they're still not, as a lot of families are embracing, therapists. So, but it's nothing wrong with going to a therapist. It's nothing wrong with getting help. And I have to say that. And it's nothing wrong with that. It don't make you weak because you get a therapist. It's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong if you want to go get a therapist and all. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's just something I had to appreciate and learn. It'd be some days that I can't even do YouTube because I'm going through. Today's just a bad day. But then I've learned that you cannot get consumed with that energy, because sometimes it will creep up on you in a second, and you got to be like, baby, today gonna be a good day. You ain't holding on to me, because some days it do creep up on me. Yes, it does. And you have to get up, and you have to fight, and you have to do things. You have to stay busy and have a well-balanced life. And there's nothing wrong going outside, taking a walk, and appreciate life. But do not get consumed with depression. And if you are depressed, and if you are going through get help and say, baby, I need some help. I need to talk with somebody. Get a friend on the line and be understanding here and get around support groups, because it's not easy being in the house all alone. You consuming yourself with negative energy. Start watching inspirational speakers. I started to watch, what's the guy's name? Oh my gosh. It was an inspirational speaker I used to watch. He was a black man. He's older now. What is his name? Somebody gave me his information. And I was watching. I forgot because it's been a while since I've seen his speech. But he's a black man. What is his name? Maybe y'all have seen him, but I would watch him and I would get inspired to come up. I started watching inspirational speeches. And yes, Les Brown. That's who I was watching. I was watching him. Somebody said you need to watch him. So that, inspired me to help me to do YouTube for a long time. I would watch him before I would do an interview. It was Les Brown. It would, and I would watch that and I would get inspired and get inspiration. And I don't care how many times I tell this story, it's going to help somebody. Amen. I can tell this story 1,000 times over and over and over, but I'm going to continue to tell this story because it's going to help somebody. It's going to help somebody, and you got to get the tools to help you. And it's so many people. You have to get up and live your life. You cannot get consumed in your emotions. And I did. I got consumed, and I had to let go parents and family, and I had to be understanding that I cannot, they are human beings. And so what? That your life like that, you got to move forward with your life. All right? So, yes. So I have to tell y'all that way. I don't watch him. Does he still? I watch his old videos. I watch his old stuff, and it just resonated with me. It resonated with me when I was watching Les Brown. It just really, really resonated with me. Okay, and I'm gonna keep telling the story, and I'm not gonna stop because it's needed. Because it is really, really something, and I'm gonna tell you, it is not natural. It is not good. You waking up, you crying every single day, cutting your. That's not natural. You need help. You need help. It is places out there to help you. It is people out there to help you. So please, because it's not natural. And it's not watch your children. There's a lot of children that goes through stuff. Many years as I went back and I think about it, I remember crying every night. Every other night I would cry. As a kid, never would tell people. And I would go to church, shout and shout and go direct to choir. But I never said, I'm going through. I'm sad. I cried every other night. Never talked about it. So, but when I grew up, all that's because if you don't work out your problems and that emotional distress or that trauma or whatever you're going through as a child, you don't work at it, it's going to follow you in your adulthood. And you better address it or it will overtake you. And so it creeped up in the mid-20s and no, nothing, never did a crime with just as in it, just as nice, never cussed out nobody, never, never. Like my family, my mom never heard me cuss. But one day it creeped up, say, you had enough. You need some help. And I just broke up. I just broke down. Okay? But it will show up. It is you during your childhood, but if you don't, it will show up. And it started to show up in my 20s. But then you have to go back and be like, what really was going on? There was a lot going on for me. And I had to address it. So let's move on. That was a testimony of Wiley. Praise him. Glory, 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 glory. So, where are we at? Is this it right here? So, Wiggins will be on Hollywood Unlocked. Let me see. I want to pull it up. Okay. Let me take this off here and put it back on my, what's that? He would be on Hollywood Unlocked, and that will be on the 20. When will you be on? Give me a second, you guys. As y'all was sending this all in my DMs. Okay, he would be on there on the 22nd on Tuesday. So everybody was sending it to my DM, and of course, I'm all the way on social media. And people were saying, Wiley, I know Wiley going to be jealous. Let me see if I can find that comment that somebody wrote. Hold on, let me see if I can find that comment. Oh, gosh. Hold up, y'all. Hold up. Give me a second. Let me find that comment. Because I'm like, what the world do I got to do with this? They said, I'm just going to go ahead and be messy and say Wiley go feel some type of way. LOL. I do feel some type of way. I'm happy that he's on there. And because let me tell you why. Because I think this is great for the culture. I'm not upset. I think that's appreciated. I think that's great for the culture because that is his season. So I'm not going to be upset or jealous or rain on his success or rain on his season because everybody in this business have a season. And what does that make me as a man to be upset with the next man and they're growing in their season? It's his season. And I support him in that. I will watch it and I will review it. Why? Because it is a popular show and it's great. Now, with that being said, it is profitable for Jason Lee to have Armon Wiggins on the show because gagging is not doing that quite well in the ratings compared to other live shows, right? For a platform to have, give me a second, because this is the Wiley Show. You asked for my opinion. Can I give it to you? Thank you. Praise him. For a platform to have 233,000 subscribers, you would expect gagging to at least get 60, 80, 100,000, 200,000 in viewership, right? Even with celebrities, it does not garner that much support, right? Because a lot of times people don't want to watch these celebrities because they're not that entertaining. They're not that entertaining. When you look at gagging, 34,000 views the previous guest had. That was a 3-hour show. I know other YouTubers that get more than that with less than that. So with that show, since it's online, you would have to get an online personality that is hot to put them on your show so it will drive traffic towards that show. It is a business thing. Would Armon Wiggins gain from it? Yes, because this is a bigger platform, but he will be helping Jason Lee show gagging to give it more publicity. When T.S. Madison went on the show, it was 63,000 views. 63,000. She got more, and she never was a reality show TV star. She was a online. So if you have an online show, in order for that show to get the great numbers, you need online personalities, right? Because people want to see different type of folks other than a celebrity. Because these celebrities, half of them ain't that interesting. Most of them are boring. So we are looking for different talented folks. It is a shift in the industry that a lot of these online talent need to be quote unquote the mainstream. But a lot of us didn't get into the mainstream. We created our own stream. And we get more love that people from the mainstream went to the YouTube stream to get an income. First, it was get good in the business, go to Hollywood, audition, get put on by a producer. Now, you can create your own lane that you don't need to deal with a producer from Hollywood to put you on. You can put yourself on. Only thing you need is you as a camera, a phone, and you can go ahead on and have a show. So that is what's going on. So when I look at Jason Lee, what he needs for that show is other online personalities that can come and make that show great. Let's be clear. Jason Lee, in my humble opinion, is not all that entertaining. He needs help. He needs help to run that show. It's no way you got to be a good talent to put a show on by yourself. Everybody don't have that skill set. So you need other folks to help you. Now, you're real now with Armon Wiggins. He's a force within himself. He's the producer. He's clicking. He's the publicist. He's the designer. He's clicking it. He's working the chauffeur. He don't have all these people. Hey, click me. Click the phone line. He clicking it. Hey, put this picture up there. He's doing it. So with Jason, you got people that you can do all that. But with Armon Wiggins, you're doing 10 jobs plus hosting the show, then doing the switchboard, and he does it so massively well, and that's why he's garnered so much support. Oh, come on, somebody. I'm preaching today. I know I'm preaching. You ain't got to tell me that. I felt it that I'm preaching. Because I'm just going to tell you what people is saying. And what I think is the truth. He do need online personalities for gagging, right? And that will be great because when he does the show, most people will be there for Armon Wiggins' appearance. They ain't gonna be for no Hazel E. Hazel E is tired, run through. Ain't nobody checking for no Hazel E. He better put Hazel E there first and let Armon Wiggins be the main act, right? Let's just be clear here. Ain't nobody checking for no Hazel E. Press 1 if you checking for Hazel E. Press 1 you interested in what she got to say. We see her acting foolish on Zeus Network. We don't want to see her on YouTube and all that type of way. And she probably even going to come on YouTube acting foolish. She probably going to get all bougie. But you going to be there and see what do Armon Wiggins got to say. And how that exchange going to be. That's what people will be tuned in for. We ain't checking for no Hazel E. I know I ain't checking for. Let me speak for me. And I'm like, I ain't checking for no Hazel E. I ain't checking for no Hazel E. At all. Let me put the camera because y'all getting triggered. It's better. I'm not checking for no Hazel E. I'm looking for what Armon Wiggins got to say. So when he put Hazel E picture up, we want to talk about that. It started to get news when Armon Wiggins picture started to go. Because he's more known on YouTube. People are more interested, let me correct my wording, more interested in him than it is Hazel E. Let me drink a little bit more of this. So yes, I think it would be I'm going to call it. It's going to be the highest rated show because of the Armon Wiggins show. Okay, not because no Hazel E. It's going to be the highest rated show. The highest rated show that Gaggy going to do, and it's going to be because of the success of the Armon Wiggins show and his audience, because they're going to be there. Because I listened to his show on Station there, and he have already given his audience the get-go to flood the chat to make it be known that the Armon Wiggins people are in the building. See, I listen to folks. I know, but that's going to be the highest rated show. He's more entertaining. We love T.S. Madison, but we see a lot of Maddie, but we never seen somebody like Armon Wiggins in the presence or on a Jason Lee show. I said what I said, ladies and gentlemen. So we have seen Maddie a lot of times, but we never seen somebody as talented like Armon Wiggins. So, and he have been doing it without a production team. Can I drink a little bit more of my coffee? I know some people ain't gonna like this, but it's the truth. Y'all say it in my DMs. Y'all say it privately. I'm just saying out there in the open. And he does it independently. That's what I'm saying. He don't pay, hey man, click this, click that. He do the clicking. He does the thumbnail. He does it all by himself. There's a difference. And on top of that, you got the entertained audience. So if Jason Lee want to compete with these YouTubers, he's going to have to get some talent, just like the Scorpion show. Should I say this? I said the Scorpion show, they need to start doing live because ain't nobody want to wait for no pre-recorded. Because they lost a lot of their audience. A lot of the people from the Scorpion show left and went to other shows. So then Kevin, they have to redo their show, and now they do live, they do premiere videos because now the audience said, we don't like pre-recorded, we like it when it's live. And now to get their viewership back because they lost a lot of views. Get in here, everybody get in here. And so what they had to do, get a whole nother entry, and they had to change up their formula because they were losing views. They love that because, like, back to Armon Wiggins and Jason Lee, I'm here for it. I think it would be great for the culture. I will be watching the show and taking notes, and I will be reviewing the show. I think it would be great. Get in here, everybody get in here. I'm gonna be in there watching, taking the notes, and observing because I'm media. I'm going to be able to tell the story so other folks, they can hear my opinion because y'all are interested. Get in here, everybody get in here. Oh, come on, get in here, everybody get in here. Okay, get in here. Now, if I would have stole somebody's saying, they would have came down my throat. That ain't get in here, everybody get in here. And they just be eating it up. Man, please. All right, and so, because Jason Lee is not likable. Armon Wiggins is more likable than Jason Lee. Because Jason Lee have said some problematic things in his history. So, Armon Wiggins is very, 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 shout out to the Armon Wiggins. They're watching. Shout out to his team. They're watching. And I just want to say shout out. I know y'all watching. Shout out to one of his mods. She's watching. I already know her other channel that she have. She think I don't know it, but her other friend been told on it. But welcome. You're welcome here in the Wiley Show chat. You're welcome. But you ain't going to run back and tell that because there's too much positivity. But that's just what it is. And that's why Armon Wiggins is on the show. That's why he's on the show, is to help boost up Jason Lee's ratings. Can I say that again? I know that y'all ain't going to like what I'm saying because it's the truth. He only wanted Armon Wiggins on the show is because he got 90,000 subscribers. He's about to surpass Hollywood a lot in the next year or two. And he garnered up so much influence, and he ain't got a blue check, or he don't even have Floyd Mayweather investments. And Armon Wiggins already is in the conversations on the higher scale, and he don't have not one massive investment by Floyd Mayweather. He don't have any of that. He don't have a teddy bear. He doesn't have staff. He doesn't have all those endorsements. But what the brother have is the talent, and he have the influence. He have took somebody else's saying, get in here, everybody get in here, and made it his own. Only somebody that is talented and with skill can do that. They don't even know where it really came from. But get in here, everybody get in here. Because he made it hot. He made it more mainstream. And I forgot the person that he got it from. So that's what it is. I'm happy for Armon Wiggins. Because when he succeed, I succeed. You better come on. He succeed. Wiley succeed. It is in my best investment that brother succeed, because I succeed. Now, if he boo, I boo. He get up there, I succeed. Because I was already discussed on Jason Lee platform. He dragged me. You think I'm going to sit on the sidelines and don't say nothing? You must be stuck on stupid. If you think the Wiley Show, the man with the eye that wonders, that was reached on the media for the library, not going to talk about something that is hot on social media, it's something wrong with you. You don't know how I think. That's the hottest thing in town, because y'all send it to my DMs. Miss Catherine, Jerry, TW. Who else is in here today? Philip. Who else? Prince. Shout out to all these people that been you in my DMs. Yes. So, get in here, everybody get in here. Because they get a kick out of it, and also MJ Harris, and we love MJ. I think he's a great talent. I love watching him. I watch him. I used to watch him thoroughly. So, and I say that because I know y'all want me to talk about it. Because it's popping. Why not? And it's like, Wiley, I talk to people every day, and they always say, Wiley, I don't know why they don't allow you to sit here and report on these folks. Baby, they do it all the time. But they don't want you to do it. I say, you know why they don't want me to do it? Because I'm entertaining, and I'm independent, and I'm doing it on a level and making all of this noise. They don't like it. They don't like it because Wiley don't have to be in a DM kissing their butt. He might drag me. And Wiley, the type of person that will buy your book and will still drag you. It will support you financially. And will tell people, go get the book. But if I see something to talk about, and I'll talk about it. It's just as Wiley's that's just the type of person. I have a different type of style that I do over here. And it's great. And it's an awesome show. But I'm going to talk about it. Because we all in this business to be a commentator. Why, when Wiley does it, it is an issue and it's a problem. And you start, and then I tell these people, ask these folks to ask. I told this one sister, I said, if they ever bring that to you again, ask them, like, why can't Wiley talk about you? And then, sister, come back to me and tell me what was said. You may get cussed out and dragged, but that would be my point, sister. Why can't Wiley do that talking? Why can't he? Why can't Wiley do it? And please don't say because Wiley a flip-flopper. Flip, flop, flippity, flip, flop, flop. It's a whole lot of these YouTubers and commentators that have flipped and flopped. Okay? It's a whole lot of them. Please don't be talking about flip flop. I can name a whole list of YouTubers that had flipped and flopped on their position. But I thank you all for watching, and we will open up the phone lines if you all want to call in. And only if you're strong to call in. Because I don't send me an email if you get blocked from these other platforms. Because that to me, that says something to your character. That says something to their character. Don't you be scared to call into these platforms, call into the Wiley Show. If you get blocked, so what? Get you a whole other I'm looking at the comments. I'm looking at what they got to say. You call out others are afraid. Yes, I say what others. Let me say this. They said, you can do it. Wiley continue to do so. They say you call out what others say. They're afraid to say. You say it. Yeah, and I know that. And I'm happy. I think it's exciting. I think as the audience, it is your job to be entertained, right? And we say what we have to say. And of course, I'll be watching that show. I'll be watching from the bushes, getting my notes. Where's my notebook? Do I got my notebook? Okay, I got to go to the store and give me another notebook because that notebook I got to give me another green notebook so I can take my notes. Somebody said, why don't you call out my radio? I just said my radio doing something great. Why do I need to call out my radio when I can call my radio? Hello. Why do I need to call out my radio when I can pick up the phone and call my radio and say, sister, you've been on my mind. Oh, sister, you two of the kind. So, sister, I'm keeping my eye on you. You know I love you, sister. I love how you eat them pepper wings. You so funny, so sister. I love to watch you every day. I love my sister. What's the problem? Ain't no wrong. Right, Wiley, and that's why you should have did what you should have did with Armon Wiggins. I should have did that with Armon Wiggins, and that's the only mistake. You're so right about that, Bridget. Can I put your comment on here, Bridget? You're right about that. I did not do that with Armon. I didn't. I did not do it. But with Mob, I wasn't gonna mess up these other relationships with these other people. If I have a problem, Bridget, I did what I did last. I called my radio early in the morning. Yes, I did. And we talked. We both early birds. And we worked it out. And I should have did that with him, but I didn't do it. But for others, unfortunately, that loss of a friendship and a relationship taught me to be better in the business. I'm going to say that again. That ending of a relationship between me and Ahmad taught me to be a better friend with other bloggers. So if I have an issue and a problem with them, instead of just proceeding to drag them on the internet, I pick up the phone call and talk to my sister. So in love with you, and I talk to him and I have a conversation. And all that, but it's more complex with us, a little bit complex. But I wish we just kept it offline. Amen. And I should have kept it on my part offline. Amen. So that's what I wish. So with other bloggers, if it's I can just reach out and it works. And then it feels good when you can say, hey man, I done wrong. Hey sis, I did wrong. Can you forgive me? I was so wrong. I shouldn't have said that. I'm so crazy for saying something like that. I shouldn't have did. I was wrong. I shouldn't have laughed at that. But at first, the old Wiley would have been like, who cares? I said what I said. We don't need no teams. But then when you're in this business a little bit longer, you do need to be friends with somebody. You don't need to be against everybody. Amen. So that's why, thank you, Justin J, for your love. Thank you, My Radio, for your love. Daytime, tea time, all of these sisters and brothers that love us over here. And shout out to you, Nick, at night. Thank you for your love and your support as well. 9363, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley, it's opinionated, but that's why I say it again. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm just calling because, okay, Wiley, you didn't saw me in these YouTube streets. You know, I got mod for several of the bigger YouTubers.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here on your channel daily. I'm supporting you. I love you so, Wiley.
Yes, ma'am.
But you know what? You remember when I was on your show and we talked about Armon? And then after that, he talked about me like a dog. And then he found out, and I talked about him like a dog. And then he found out that I had nothing to do with the people spreading his information. This is one thing I got to say about Armon Wiggins that a lot of people don't realize. I also said that day that I followed him and I supported him. And I don't care about giving to Black YouTubers, all of them. I don't care about that because I support you guys because you guys made room for me. So yes, I did subscribe to his channel. Yes, I did join his channel. When you do your join membership, I'm going to join your membership. I've joined them all because it's just supporting you guys. And I want to see y'all grow because y'all were the ones who created the platform so these celebrities could come on and try to do what y'all do and they still don't have the recipe. But you know, he never blocked me.
Amen.
He never. He talked about, and he never blocked me. So I don't know if these people get on there and just say bad things about him. But once he find out the truth, he don't do that.
But this is what happens over here. Let me tell you why a lot of people get blocked from the Wiggins Show. What they do is when I do my commentary, they come over here, they laugh, they say, "Ooh, he is that way." Ooh, because everybody else be saying it, so they'll join in with the in crowd. But they don't know that his minds are in the bushes watching, so they'll try to go back to the Wiggins Show and they get blocked. That's what they do. But my thing is this is, you have a right to say what you want to say, but don't think that you're going to be welcome back over there. That just you're not. Because if you over here dragging him, they're going to tell him, send him a DM or text, "Hey, such and such is over there in Wiley chat throwing massive shade." Then you can't go over there to my Wiggins and say, "Hey, I love you." I have two laptops, so I'll be on one laptop, and you can just see some subscribers Jake jump from side to side. Whatever's hot, they flip-flop on. They out there. But I don't get upset with them because you're a viewer. You can do what you want to do. I don't take it personal. Mm-hmm. But some YouTubers, they take it very personal and they will block you. Just like if you go on Lovely T and you say, you're part of Cardi B payroll. She told her mods to block them if they say that. So some YouTubers, they don't have that thick skin like that. They will block you. Over here, baby, you can say what you're welcome. I'm not going to block you. Like, you're a viewer. Sometimes I like to kiki in other chats. Why should you not be restricted or censored?
But Wiley, okay, I'm mindful for Lovely T too. Lovely T just wanted to get her point across and say what she had to say without hearing all the negativity that came with it. And you know, well, that's her channel. She do what she want to do. But she sent me a shout out too. I'm just, when I'm modding for these people, I don't put their business out. What they share with me is what they share with me. And nobody won't ever know that because I'm that type of person. First of all, I'm old enough. I'm 44, so I'm old enough to be a little bit more mature about how I handle any and every situation. When I'm mod for my radio, if I ever speak with my radio, you won't ever know that. Same with Lovely T, same with Touch K, same with Storm Monroe. Same with you, because I've spoken to you as well. I don't do that. And it's called that carrying the bone. That's not cool. You shouldn't want to do that. You shouldn't want to create strife between these two Black people. I mean, these Black content creators who are out here doing it. They're doing it and they're providing entertainment for a reason, and you love it. So stop being the messy person carrying the bone back and forth. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got enough mess amongst each other. Y'all do y'all own stuff without anybody having to participate in the drama. But Armon never blocked me, and he blocked me on Station Head. I came right back. So I just sit there. I can't. But he blocked me because he was saying negative things, and I was like, dude, you don't even know. I'm not even that type of person. I won't ever put your business out. Your business is your business.
Right. And my thing is this, I be trying to tell them, like, these people, most of the stuff that I get, I can watch it for myself and get first account information of what's going on. So don't be other people telling me stuff. Now, is it messy subscribers? Yes. You will never change that. It is what it is. So you can't really control it because these subscribers, they're getting smarter, especially if you're on the B sector. They just be on a whole nother page. They could be your whole mod, but then they have a whole nother page where they come and key and does that. So these subscribers are getting a little smarter in how they operate and move around. But you can't, in my humble opinion, take it personal. But again, let me say this furthermore, but if you decide if you want to block someone, that's your right. And I can't tell you how to run your platform. If you want to block them, that's you.
Right.
And that, and you know, so if you, so any people that want to drag them over here, if you get blocked over there, who you got to blame? Yourself. You the one that sat there and drag.
Just like I think if they would take the time out and just come listen to your show and see how much laughter you provide. You may talk your stuff.
You're right.
Everybody do it. Mine talk his stuff about you too. They all talk their stuff. But the entertainment is beautiful, and that's why I'm here.
It's not the entertainment.
Fighting y'all battles for y'all.
No, because it's not that malicious. It's entertainment, and more people are gonna know us. We're gonna be on bigger platforms, and they're gonna hear my comedy. They're gonna see how I go, and then we're gonna it's gonna be great. It's just gonna be awesome. But that's it. You just gotta continue to be consistent. I thank God for you being over here, but you haven't always been over here. I don't know how long you've been a subscriber, but you have been supportive ever since you came over here and subscribed. You've been supportive.
Yeah, and I'm always support you, Wiley. I ain't going nowhere.
I love you. I love your support. So I think it's great.
And
yes.
I gotta support my brother. You know, I'm here.
Absolutely. Yes, me here. Thank you, sister.
Love you.
All right, love you too.
Bye-bye.
I'm scratching all these people. I know I've been blocking you if I were you, so I don't take no mess to block. Something like, come on, without the small YouTubers, the bigger ones ain't got on good news too. But yeah, so it is where we help each other. This is a business, and I talk about people. I've gotten a little better. I'm not as I used to be. I'm not all the way there yet, people. But I got better, and I appreciate the love that you all have on my IG, on my Instagram. We posted it all on my platforms about this. Let me see. They said, let me read these comments. Somebody said, True Shock Lee does display a nugget at times and comes out of nowhere on site. You expect him to be off his rocker. I'm just reading these comments because let me read y'all comments, see what y'all saying. I read the black women, weak for some of these LGBT men. You clap when they jump out of the channel when they are rightfully called out celebrities, actions. Oh, I know I've been, okay. So whatever comment y'all want to say, you can call in at 646-716-8447, and you can give your opinion about what it is. But this one person comment, they said, LOL, Jason Lee is nobody. He is using Ahmad Wiggins just to get to Tasha Cat. Jason Lee don't got clout. Ahmad didn't gain ish when Jason Lee put him in that video about Tasha Cat. Ahmad Wiggins got more clout than Jason Lee. But since he's so jealous, he can't see that Jason Lee is using him. How much you want to bet that they're going to bring Tasha K's name up? You see that? A viewer just posted that. But is that viewer wrong? No, he ain't wrong. Or she is not wrong with that, because you have to listen to people's history. Yeah, maybe that's a theory, and I can't be mad at that viewer because that viewer said that. Because Ahmad Wiggins does have more clout than Jason Lee. It's the truth. It is the truth. He's not lying. I'm not lying. That's the truth. He got more clout than Jason Lee. It is what it is. If Jason Lee did not have endorsements, investments from Floyd Mayweather, Jason Lee will still be out here running around LA, glad to get put on. It is what it is. So it's just the truth. He got a hand up. He got an investment. You didn't build that company from the ground up. You got some money from Floyd Mayweather. It is what it is. Everybody, if I get Mike Tyson calling to the Wiley, Wiley, how you doing? And he give me a $5 million investment, instantly, I'll have a blue check verified. I can hire the best writers or the best interns, and the show can grow. No, don't paint this picture that you built your platform from the ground up when you got an investment from Floyd Mayweather. Now, I don't know if the man read the contract or what he was signing, knowing that. I don't know if you misabused him because you know he couldn't really read like that. Well, allegedly, they say he don't know how to read, and he just went on and just signed a check, didn't know what he was signing. I don't know, but we all know that he gave Jason Lee an investment. Okay? So give him kudos points. He did right. Is I mad at him? No. I wish I got on my knees and asked Floyd Mayweather for some money. So he got the industry connect. He was in California. It is what it is. So what? He in his book he pretended to be Queen Latifah's cousin, talking about, oh, I'm hurt and I need, and they passed him in, and he lied to get in some of those spaces too. To get in that business too, he lied to get in some of those spaces too. You read the man book. I ain't lying. What I got to lie for when I read these people's book? And when I read people's book, I don't forget. And I was like, man, did he just lie to get in some of those spaces? And I'm like, he lied to get in some of those spaces. He catfished to get in some of those spaces. Sometimes it ain't what you know, it's how you can lie to get in some of those spaces. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. Okay? So, did I say it? Did he lie to get? You see how you met? I'm messy, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It ain't what you know. It's how you can lie. In some cases, it's about how you can lie to get in some spaces and catfish and all that type of stuff. Because back in the day, it wasn't social media. You got to get on the phone. You can lie, make your voice this way, and pretend to be this something to get in all type of faces and stuff like that. Cling on to these celebrities and stuff. Yeah. No, he did not get a cancellation for Hollywood Unlocked. We broke that story yesterday. He did not get canceled. He gonna be on there. What the world? What did I say something wrong? Did I say something wrong? No, I didn't say nothing wrong. It's the truth. He did get an investment from Floyd Mayweather. That's not a lie. I told the truth. I told the truth. He got an investment. What's the problem? Did I say something wrong? No. So. We love him over here. We do. But that ain't gonna stop me getting my opinion. Everything I've thought about acting, he got on his knees. And Floyd Mayweather gave him some money. Sure. Floyd Mayweather give me some money, sure. Of course. You can't, it's hard. Oh, you need to be like Hollywood. Man, you got all them interns. When you got interns that write for you constantly over there, it's hard to compete with these organizations with all that stuff, but you can get there. Only thing you got to do is continue to work hard until you will get there. You will get there. I figure people just be making, I figure people will be making up anything. He doesn't like black people. He thinks he's better, but profits off the culture. Well, his mom is white, though. His mom, I think his mom is white. Or was his dad white? His mom is white. Is his mom white? Or was it dad? I got to reread the book. I think his mom is white. Is his mom white? Let me see. Y'all excuse me. Give me a second. Is his mom white? I think so. Let me see. See, he's mixed. He's biracial. Yeah, his mom is white. Thank you, Jay Green. Yeah. So of course you're gonna, cater to what's in your bloodstream. His mom is white. Yeah, so his dad is black, his mom is white. Got me thinking about the OG situation again. Oh no, we're not bringing that up. Don't you do it. I am not bringing up OG situation. OG is a beautiful black woman, and it is what it is. Yes. But I highly suggest y'all go read his book because Jason Lee wrote a beautiful book about his life story, about his brother. It's a lot that you can learn from him. And when we brought the book up and we read it and we reviewed it, a lot of people didn't like it. You know, some people was like, why would you pick up his book? Because I support people that is out here, you know, writing book in the culture. I have nothing but love and support for that. So that's why we would support these people. Even though if I may like, if you have a beautiful story, I will be curious to go to Barnes and Noble and pick up the book and read it. And I read his book like in one day because it was a great read. It wasn't that long, wasn't that thick. It was a beautiful book. I'll never read that. Oh, you never would, but I highly suggest you should read it. It's great. He have a beautiful story. I mean, talk about family, talk about growing up, and it's some things that I really can see his books. No shade. It could be a movie. It could be a Netflix series because in that book it's just some good stuff in there, amazing stuff. They want you to. I purchased it. It's great. It's really, really great. And when I went there, I can't give him my coins. He's anti-tweets was enough for me. I mean, but sometimes people tweet stuff and they evolved, and he apologized for the tweets he made. He did. He did because he had some tweets out there, and he apologized for it because they was trying to get him canceled. Because once he got with the Grammys, they was like, look at this Recording Academy, but most of the people he was talking about was black, so they're not going to cancel him because unfortunately, the only group that you really can disrespect and still won't get canceled is black women. Unfortunately, that is the only group that in mainstream, in order for not to get snatched, is to just you can disrespect, and you won't lose anything. But that would be other group and ethnicities or other religious groups, then you can see it. D1, why you say Jason is trash? D1, he said he was trash. You can call in and tell me why. He's about 40 years old. He was wrong when he made those tweets, not giving him the benefit of the doubt. I mean, he wasn't 40. He was young when he made those tweets. I don't know everything. Maybe y'all can call in to tell me about the tweets, but I do remember when he went on Kendra G on WGCI, and when her and Kendra, they were going at it and they were cussing. Well, he wasn't really cussing. He was saying that you a black woman that I'm talking about and all that type of stuff. I'm like, what? I'm like, what did you just say? So he was going in against her about OG, about the OG situation. So people will excuse people disrespecting black women and telling others to let it go, but let it someone else now is a topic of discuss about. But he was serious. Sometimes to save checks, not what you say about the people. Wiley, stop acting like you don't know Jason. Problematic history. Here we go. Oh Lord. Well, I'm sweating. Every time I drink coffee in this hot room, I'll be sweating like a sweet box. I'm gonna actually go out for a good walk too. So I do remember his comments that he made. Yes. But what I'm saying is he made it. He was on Twitter. Let me tell you what he said. He said he was on Twitter as a young man, and he was tweeting, just giving out his thoughts, and he apologized for the things that he had said. He apologized, but those tweets were like 10 some odd years ago. Those tweets was like 10 years ago. And he did talk about the Hazel E threw the drink in her face, but he apologized for that. Oh, wow. Somebody said black women spend their coins on all these hateful men. 10 years ago, he was 30. He was a young man. 10 years ago, he was a young man. And Miss Green, you can call in. What did he say? That was 10 years ago. He was young, 30 years old. You're still young. You live and you learn. He had evolved, people. He had evolved. So, and well, with D1, you say stop it. But why do I need to stop it? Because, I don't like to hold people on what they say from 10 years ago, right? If you say something 10 years, I have said some things 10 years ago that I'm not proud of, But, should I be held accountable for something I said a decade ago? I don't remember everything I said a decade ago. 10 years ago, I was 20 years old. So should I be accountable for things that I've said 10 years ago on Twitter? I think we should be careful with this whole council culture. What I do believe, though, we should have a conversation and he should apologize for what he has said. D1, you could call in D1 and you can tell me why you said what you said. You said that Wiley, that man still talk trash about black women. Can you tell me what trash has he been saying? Because you can school me on it because I don't know. I don't know, D1. What do you mean? Because I'm talking about the tweets he said 10 years ago. What are you talking about today? He was 30. There's a difference. Yeah, he was 30. It was a difference. Okay, well, we'll hold on for you. Don't wait to have us too long. This is true. Don't hold grudges. I hope he's much better than 10 years ago. It's a lot of change from 10 years ago, because 10 years ago, I was 20. All right, let's go to the phone lines. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Wiley.
Hey.
You okay?
Tell me what's on your mind.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead. What's on your mind?
I just wanted to say that oh my gosh, I saw your last video about Tasha K, the whole Tasha K Cardi B situation. I just wanted to say you made me laugh so much with that video. I didn't realize how entertaining you are.
Oh, thank you.
I don't actually subscribe to many people, especially with those bloggers' words and everything, but I just subscribe to you because, you really got potential and you're really entertaining. So keep up, yeah?
Yeah.
I'm calling from the UK.
You're calling from the UK. Well, thank you so much for calling in, showing me love, and being a subscriber of the show. Yeah. Thank you, sister.
No problem. You take care, yeah?
All right, you too. Okay, now.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello? Hey, what's up? Yeah, I'm going to call you once I'm done with the show. Okay, I'm going to call you. Okay? Oh, okay, because I thought I had to come over there and pray for you or something. Oh, okay. All right, yeah, I'm going to call you once I'm done. All right, bye-bye. 2074, calling you on the air. Hello? Hello?
Hello,
Okay, can you turn me down in the background, sister?
Yes, I'm going to meet you now. Look, with Jason Lee, if you're saying that he's apologized or he's changed, then why not he changed on Nicki Minaj?
What did he say about Nicki?
Well, he done said a lot about Nicki. He done put Nicki all in the back. He done did a lot of things to women. Bring stuff up like that. Jason Lee haven't changed. He's full of a lot of bullshit. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but you know what? I get sick and tired of people, going back and forgetting about what they said. He haven't changed. Bring up Nicki to him and watch his whole attitude change. Yes, I'm a boss. Thank you. Have a nice, blessed day.
Wait a minute. What did he say? Wait a minute. What did he say about Nicki? What the world? What the world? I wish it was like a repeat button I could rewind that caller. What the world? What did he say about Nicki? What did he say about Nicki? Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Why do people continue to tell black women to get over it? They want us to get over slavery, racism, injustice, etc. But black women are the same ones that support black men who down us also. Hell no. That is what D1 said. Thank you for the super chat. Wiley triggered reminded him of the lady who used to shout at him to get out of her yard in Chicago. I was like, that lady was triggered. Nikki, I feel like with her being and her, he think he is a stand to speak on women business and bash. Oh my God. What is going on? Call in and let me know how y'all really feel. I didn't even think y'all was feeling this type of way. I'm shocked. I'm really, really shocked because he apologized. So, well, D1, I pose a question to you. If a person says something derogatory or something, can you apologize? Is it okay if you can apologize to that person? Is it okay? Do you accept his apology? Are you forgiving to that person? What about forgiveness? Let me see. Hold up. Wow. I know how I say, okay, after everything. And it's just like, I was like, what? Because I do know he have said some things that were problematic. Let me make this perfectly clear. I don't want people to think that I am taking up for Jason Lee. And what I'm saying is, yes, he has said those things on Twitter, but he apologized for saying those things. He apologized for that. Now, if you don't believe it, you can call in and tell me something else. But did he apologize? No, Wiley, I've been told you Jason Lee was trash. I never wavered. So you're thinking I'm taking up for him? Oh my gosh. They don't even like me over there. How is I'm taking up for him? What in the world is going on? I forgive based on changed behavior. After apology, I'm sorry means nothing if there are no changes. F his apology. He used to tweet of celebrity so. Will you forgive a white person if he says something derogatory to you, Wiley? What comes from the mouth comes from the heart. It's not from the heart, though. Apology doesn't mean anything. He continue doing it to you, but that's your stance. It's not from the heart. They said Jason Lee is a very colorist. What? Colorist? Really? Excuse me. What does an apology? People can say, what? He's a colorist? He recently said OG was and agree with Evelyn. He can't stand his own race, but love trade. Make it make sense. Jason and Tasha are the same people. What are these comments that these people are saying here? Saying I'm sorry means nothing without works to follow behind it. That is something y'all are letting me have it in these comments. So basically, you don't believe anything we are saying, God. No, I do believe it. Because that's your experience. I haven't heard these or seen this stuff that he said. I understand what you're saying, Wiley. When we are in our 20s, it's the time to learn. There's life lesson like you did. We are human. Do you think we are making this stuff up? He's problematic. They said, so if I steal your check, apology, you good? Yes, a whole coloring book colorist. You are bothered, not me. I love Ahmad. Somebody said, someone called gag order and said something about Jason led to Kaya. Instead of him addressing the caller, he went at Kaya and talked about her and her music and her not being relevant. Really? Really? You need to go on his page, Wiley. What? Melissa left the show twice for a reason, Wiley. She left the show twice? I'm waiting for D1 to call in because she have a lot to say today. Wait a minute, let me go. He didn't post nothing on his page. Let me see. What the world is going on? These people are really letting Jason Lee have it. I'm going to have to call Jason Lee and see what's going on. I'm looking. I'm looking. Okay. While you have to do your research, the chat is saying facts. Okay. Well, again, Jason Lee apologized, and Unless you have something current, then we can have a conversation. But Jason Lee apologized. Now you went off on a mind, and he stood by what he said. You're bringing mess, Wiley, but you drag Lacey in the past. I did. I dragged him for what he said about Tasha K. Yes, but what I'm trying to say is now he apologized for the tweets, right? That was the conversation, but y'all bringing up other stuff, and for that he should apologize. But let's go to the phone lines. 8776, caller, you on the air.
Hi, Wiley. How are you?
All right. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for asking. I just want to say, I believe, in my opinion, that this Jason Lee fella is a fat neck colorist. And if being black wasn't cool, he wouldn't even claim it. And I think he believes that because of his skin, that he is better looking than any black woman out here. You all could be fooled, but I'm not going to be fooled by him.
Wow.
And that's it.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Thank you for calling in, caller.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Wow. My God. 2074, caller, you on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Hey.
Can you turn me down in the background? Can you turn me down in the background?
Wiley, let's say this to you. You said you want something recently. This is recently. Look how he do Carly B. Look how he do Carly B. Talk about her and the difference that he treats Megan, the stallion. Look at that. Go back, even when Megan was at the Rocket Nation thing. He was, I'm going to hook Carly B up and all that stuff. Jason Lee is full of shit. Until you understand that, go back and really study him. That book is full of shit. Thank you and have a great day.
Wait a minute. Wait. What? What the world is going on today? What in the world is going on today? What? What the world is going on to talk about Sasuke could address on her show, and now he has a reason going back and forth with Tasha K. Explain Mr. J to me because he just seems so problematic. Oh my gosh, she's the truth. Did she, man? But did you read the book? You should have read the book. Did you read the book? I read the book. They said leave him out of the mess. I agree. He's trash. You can tell. He basically said he didn't care about black women counseling him and wouldn't apologize for saying color is ish. I never give him a dime. Wiley know the truth. He just wants to trigger people. What? Wait a minute. Well, I just listen, y'all. Listen. You're listen, okay. The book is probably half made up. He knows hard to Okay, wait. Jason Lee apologized for all the things he have said, from my understanding, and he apologized for those things. And my thing is this: is any of you all a forgiving people? Can you say something 10 years ago, and if they ask for forgiveness, would you forgive them? Okay. I believe he had a tragic childhood, but I don't believe all the details he gives. Yeah, Wiley just wants to trigger the black woman that support him. Wiley still pandering, but your true fellas are coming on now. Listen, my thing is this though, and I say this so humbly, you guys. I don't put these commentators on pedestals to being something. You as a woman, as a man, have to love yourself. And don't put your interest and trust in these men to make you feel good. Because some of them just don't get it. You have to live more. For me, I had to really, really look at my mother and forgive her. And I appreciate black women more today than I did in my past. Because I didn't always feel that way about women. I did not like for years. But once I started to understand, and really after I left Chicago again, we was able to sit and talk. I appreciate women more now than I ever have in my life. But I will tell you this, Jason Lee, that brother, people sometimes won't forget the things that you say. You can apologize all day, but that won't change some people's hearts and minds about you. You can say, I'm sorry today, every day, but some people already in their mind, already made up that they ain't going to receive that. And especially if you are yet doing things that they don't like. So that is what it is. You can't, one thing I learned in this business, you can't satisfy everybody in YouTube. You just can't. Everybody's not going to agree with Wiley. Everybody's not going to agree with me. And so for Jason Lee, I just think like people already have their mind made up that he is what he is. And yeah, that's so true. We need to learn how to have a rapport with people. It doesn't happen overnight. Actions speak louder than words, Wiley. You can't expect us to support him all of a sudden just because he apologized. Thank you for that. But I think people can't forgive Jason Lee because of his arrogance. He doesn't show humility. He comes off kind of Trumpish. I'm sorry, Wiley, I can't. Once you thought it was all right to disrespect, but you already lost the chance. We can't disagree to agree for now. You support Mob, and she called Tasha. I support Mob Radio. I support Mob Radio. A lot of people that I support. I don't agree with everything that people does on their channels. I don't. I really, really don't. Yeah, when you're targeting my demographic in particular, there's no room for forgiveness. Black women stay overlooking stuff, and that's the problem. He's still problematic. He ain't changed. That's the problem. Many gay trans tolerate Black women to money, period. Jason Ahmad, C.S. Madison turned me off a long time ago. Wow. Wow. Thank you all for letting me know that this is like we're having a really in-depth conversation. And why you keep bringing up my radio? I said I like my radio. I think she's an incredible artist. So if you want to bring her up, I bring up my radio. My radio is making big moves. Every 6 months, just apologize next. Wow. Okay. Well, Jason Lee, y'all is letting y'all voices be heard today, and I'm glad that y'all have to be heard. Even if we don't always agree, women should always have a voice, and they should be heard. We should listen, because historically, women went through a lot, and it's a great thing that women now should be listened to, and us as men in privilege should be more understanding of what women go through. And that's why I support Kamala Harris, and we supported her. We were the first blogger in this sector to support that sister to be the vice president, the VP choice. We advocated for her, and we advocated for women to be in leadership. And I was dragged for that. I said, "Oh, Wiley, no." But look at her now. She is the VP. She is the choice for Joe Biden, and she's doing an incredible job. So we should listen to Black women, because without Black women, a lot of us will go out of business. I know for the Wiley Show, 96% of my support comes from women, and most of them are Black women. Black women are the backbone of many of these YouTube channels. At first, my support was 25-30% male, and the rest were women. But now, as I look at it, it's in the 90 percentile of women support the Wiley Show. So we definitely need to appreciate women, because they are the backbone of the show. Whether you're Black, white, Latino, white, or whomever, Indian, thank you, each and every one of you all, from supporting us. We have women all over the world that watch the morning show. Thank you, and that watch our show. So God bless you. Let me see. Black women is the only people in our community leading our people, yet we are disrespected by. Yeah, I hear you. I call people Black ones say that. I hear you, Coco. Wow, you had a great point. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. If a white person say the same thing, they are canceled, which they should. And we are going to schools that black gay colorists. No. Wow. But black women support most of these celebrity vloggers. They said Cardi need a DNA, but her husband requested. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we thank you all. I don't care for Cardi. Same for her, another woman. Okay. I hear y'all. 2679, Carly on the air.
Shine bright like a diamond.
Hello? Shine bright
90 seconds.
tonight. We're beautiful like diamonds in the sky. Sorry. So let's see. Are you phased out of the morning? No, I'm not. I'm going to do the morning show, but it was this morning. I didn't have that much to talk about, and by the time the news started to filter in for the morning show, it was already the afternoon.
60 seconds.
So the morning stuff, I was working on the topics, and then I waited, and I was like, boom, okay, I got this, I got that. So then I did the show. So if we get enough comments, topics for tomorrow, then we'll do it in the morning. If not, then we'll do it, because the topics was there. It happened, so that's how I did it right now. Yeah, so when I had got the subjects for today, it was like it started to come out in the afternoon. So I had no choice but to talk about it when the topics came out. I'm behind on topics, but Odell, like he said, has so many rumors, accusations that he can't sue everybody. It's the price of being a public figure. Facts, T-Time. Yes, so thank you all so very much for calling in. This was great. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for your opinion, but this is a conversation that needs to be
10
had.
seconds.
10 seconds, we're done. But where is the proof? Why do they keep bringing up Mob Radio? They love bringing up Mob Radio. they can't take the mobs, but she's still out here doing it. Okay, drop one for Mob Radio. Drop one for Mob Radio. Drop one for Mob Radio. I've been on here for 2 hours. I'm about leaving so soon. I've been on here for 2 hours. Okay. Yes, they always talk about Mob Radio. Every day they talk about Mob Radio, Mob Radio, Mob Radio. They be like, Lord. And the more and more they try to talk about her, she just still out here shining bright like a diamond. Okay? She is shining bright like a diamond. Did y'all have a good time today? Did y'all have a good time on the show today? Make sure y'all post where y'all watching from. If y'all up in the chat, post where y'all watching from. Give me all the mods. Let me know where y'all watching from. Let's do a little check-in right quick. Let's do a check-in right quick. Where y'all watching from? Let's do it right here. We got Patty in the chat. D1. Where y'all? We got Atlanta, the DMV. Yes. Okay. We got the DMV, Atlanta, Maryland. Yes. Who else is up in here today? Okay. We got Jersey, Florida. Okay. Dallas, Atlanta, London, Virginia Beach, the DMV, Atlanta, Memphis. That's where it gets married every month because she says so much true. Chi-Town. I'm lost where you get he get here from. Yes, Pittsburgh, New York. Yes, Brooklyn, South Carolina, and Pittsburgh, and Trinidad, and by the way of New York City. Okay, well, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace. Okay, we are done. Oh, wow. Black women, they don't play. Black women will definitely let you have it. Just know that. They don't play. And I say this so humbly, like what we have to do as Black men is to understand that we have privilege and we have to use our privilege to support Black women. We have to use our voices as Black men. And I will say this, Black men have to do a better job putting in the work like Black women is putting in the work. Because Black women is really putting in that work. And we as Black men got to help them out because they have been helping us out forever. And I feel like this as a man, I have not been doing my part in supporting Black women like I should. Okay? Amen. So we have to be more supportive of Black women. And that's just what it is. That's what I want to say. Okay? We have to be more supportive as Black, because we do have privilege. We do have privilege and stuff like that. We do have privilege.
Thank you for using.
We do have privilege. That's one thing. Shout out to Armor Brown 9, Tory Mom, J Real, Nurse Nicole, Blue Skies, Puppy Love, B Scales, Mouth Open, Shantae, Day, TLC, and 3 and D1. Shout out to all the moderators. But we do have to do a better job in supporting our people. Okay, now we'll open the lines back up. Now y'all better be calling in, child, and give too, because we be gonna y'all do a whole hour, 3-hour show. We're going to the 3rd hour. I don't matter because I love my people. I love my people. I ain't got to be on nobody else's show because I got my own show. We can talk as long as you want to talk. Give me a second because D1 want to call in. Hold up. Let me open it up for y'all. Don't be having this live for 2 hours, y'all. Let's get it into the time. When we open the line, call in. Let your voice be heard. Give me a second. We want y'all to call in today because I know y'all got to get a lot of stuff off your chest today. It's actually, it feels good when you could just come and just talk. All right, let me do this. Give me a second. I got to get myself together. All right. Okay. Call in. Don't be waiting all day for y'all to be calling in. Jason Lee! Oh, Jason. Baby, they dragged that man. Oh, Lord have mercy. But the narrative gonna be, well, they got them Black women dragged. No, baby, they got their own voices. But I have the choice. They got their own voice. Give me a second. We're gonna open up the phone line. We're gonna let everybody call in that they didn't get a chance to speak. We got 12 seconds and the phone lines be open.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Greetings, Wiley.
Hey.
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, you feeling good?
Great.
Wonderful. Now, could you stop triggering people today, please?
Listen, I love to trigger it off good conversations, but because what it does is it just offers conversation. I love it. I think it's great.
Because we know, that Jason is problematic. Don't pretend like you don't know Wiley.
He's problematic.
He's a mess.
Oh.
You know that.
Oh,
just last week, right? Just last week, he did a video where they called him out about some stuff that he said. And you know what he said?
What he said?
I'm not apologizing. I don't care. He said he didn't care. And he's not apologizing for it.
Oh, my gosh.
Like him having Hazel on the show is to bring him more ratings and for people to be okay, because people still talking about when he threw the drink in Hazel E face on Love and Hip Hop. People still talk about that. So that's why he's bringing her on the show now, because he's trying to clean up his reputation. But his ego is bigger than him. So him and Armon doing an interview, that's great. They suit each other.
They're both problematic.
Wow. Wow.
Well, I just wanted to call in just for calling sake.
So they both problematic, as what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. They both don't like black women. They both always have crappy stuff to say about black
I don't
women.
think they don't like black women. What I want to challenge that though. What I think is though in the community, it is a language, a style, a language that only people in the gay community will understand. It could come off as being problematic, but in the community, that's how they talk in the gay community. They use the B word, fish word. It's so many terms that are.
No, Wiley. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they saying black women are ugly.
Oh yeah, that to me is problematic. That to me is.
Both of them said,
Yeah.
she looks like a mom.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have said that. They shouldn't have said that, and that was wrong. But my thing is this.
And they stand on it.
They do, and they should say that because OG is beautiful. Because everybody kept dissing her, and I'm like, who is this? I didn't even know who OG was. So I reached out to OG.
They both apologized when they got backlash, and then went back and said the same thing again over and over. And Jason's a freaking colorist. Like, I don't care for him. Stop trying to put him onto us. It's great that you want to apologize to him and you're interested in him or whatever, but stop forcing him onto us because we don't care like that for him.
So the black woman said no.
Yeah, stop forcing them on us. Like, it's good. I understand what you're doing, Wiley. It's about business, right? It's about business, and they are your colleagues. So that's great. Whatever you want to do, that is
But
great.
y'all said, we ain't feeling no Jason.
I love you, Wiley.
I love you too.
Best for you, and I'm all for it.
But
stop forcing them on us.
But I will feel you that it wasn't right. Because what I thought was hurt, I teared up a little bit when I saw Jason Lee on WGCI on Kendra, I think that's her name, or DJ host, WGCI host. And he was being very disrespectful to her, and he didn't understand, and what he said was so wrong. But if that was another type of woman or white woman, I don't think that he would have got a pass or like, but the only reason he did it is because she's a black woman. But it was wrong for him to say. He wouldn't have said that about, Rosie O'Donnell, what other white woman out here.
He didn't call Evelyn out on all her monkey behavior. He didn't call her out on all her monkey behavior. But he had a lot to say about OG and other women.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're independent thinkers, right? And we can make our own decisions on who we like and don't like. It's great what you're doing. I understand you're doing it for the business, but just don't force them out.
All right. Now, man, she came in. She let me know. Thank you, sister.
Love you.
Love you too. 0735, calling you on the air. Hello? 0735.
Hey.
Hello?
Hey.
I can't hardly hear you, sister. Hello?
Hold on, I make you hear me, okay?
Okay.
The Wiley Show, how you doing?
All right. Can you speak up in the phone?
I tried.
Yes, ma'am.
It took me from Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay. What's on your mind?
On my mind is I'm mad that I missed your show. I want to know what you talked about today. And you can name one or two subjects.
Baby. No, sister, today you got to go back.
You ain't gonna ask my damn phone.
And you got to go back to the comments. We did a whole 2-hour show.
Let me tell you something, good sir. Chicago. Give me one subject.
You go back. Go back, and we'll let you back on so you get your comments, sister. We've been off.
You go back.
Okay. No, you come back and watch the show, and you come back and give a call. But I got to answer these other two calls, sister, because they watched the show.
Forget them. They ain't nobody.
All right, sister. You be blessed, okay? All right. Love you too. Okay, now. 9569, Carly on the air.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey,
Can you hear me clearly?
I can hear you clearly.
Okay, so I wanted to talk about the Jason Lee. I do kind of feel like Jason Lee is low-key colorist. Don't get me wrong. But I don't feel like because he's doing a show with Armon that we should just group them both together. They say things about, well, at least for me, Armon says something specifically about one person. That doesn't mean he speaks for, it speaks for all Black women, that all Black women look like monkeys.
Okay. So you're saying, okay, what's your other point?
And then secondly, it's like, one point that I really do want to bring up is the same way Black men have to do a better job of protecting our women, and the Black community have to do a better job protecting the LGBTQ community as well. Because they have so much strife when it comes to the Black women or our community because most of their trauma comes from us.
So what you're saying, so you're saying is that Black women need to be supported to Black men. I think on both parts, but you do feel
I think Black community, period.
Okay. All right.
But even other Black women are quick to attack other Black women. It's like we don't keep the same energy for everybody unless it's our family.
True. Thank you for your opinion. Thank you, sister.
Thank you.
Thank you. The number is 646-716-8447. We're talking about Jason Lee. We talked about, there's a whole lot of subjects. We talked about Kanye, Odell. We talked about Charlamagne the God, and Jason. So it's a lot of subjects that we talked about today. 8018, call you on the air.
Hey, Wally.
Hey.
I'm calling about Jason Lee.
Okay.
Call in. This is my issue. Jason Lee has been making comments like this about Black women forever. I have no idea what happened. I do know he's a gay man, proud gay man, but for some reason he cannot stand Black women. That's the vibe that he gives us. He always has something negative to say. Now, Jeffree Star, you want to talk about apologies. Jeffree Star, whom I've never liked that cakey makeup for white people. I ain't never liked it. Okay? He made racial comments about Black plenty of times in the past. And he continues to say, these are old old tweets, these pictures are old that I did. I've never uncanceled Jeffree Star. Never. Okay? So why is it okay? All right, Jeffree Star does it. We cancel him. Some of us do. And then here you have a colorist, a man that is a straight up colorist. Okay? He's part of the Black community. And he says the same thing in a different way. And you want us to show support and forgive him continuously? How many times are we going to forgive people for disrespecting Black women? I mean, I'm tired of it. You know?
But let's say this: did he
ridiculous?
So you're not going to forgive Jason Lee, even though he had apologized for the colorist statements that he had made.
Jason Lee sends out an apology, like I said, every 6 months because that's how often he disrespects Black women.
Wait a minute, not every 6.
When I could be exaggerating a little bit, but he does constantly. He's the only Black man that I know that that constantly, I apologize for this and this and that and that, because majority of his supporters are what?
Black women.
Black women and gay Black men. Now that's the truth. And he's constantly making comments about Black, but he loves the Black trade. Ain't that something? And he'll say that in a heartbeat. He loves trade. He loves it. But you can't stand up. Make that make sense, Wiley. I'm not, I'm
But
tired of it.
but I would say for this, with
Over
Jason
again.
Lee, with all of these people, I do believe that Jason Lee should have a town hall, and he should a listening session with Black women and to be educated. Because maybe it was because of his father, slept with his mother, which was a white woman, and that was the Black woman, and maybe he got some issues with his stepmother. Who knows? But I think a listening session should happen, and I think Black women and as well as Jason Lee should sit down with Black activists and listen to them, and so they can educate him on the statements that he's been making.
How many times, okay, in today, look at what's going on today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Racism is at an all-time high.
Mm-hmm.
If he's not learning anything now, this has been going on for years. He hasn't learned anything.
Mm.
I just don't think that he cares. I don't think that he cares. It's when it's convenient for some people, when it's convenient to be Black, convenient Black. That's what they are. When it works in their favor, for numbers. But let's even go to Armon. And I'm not saying anything about Armon. But when Armon called one Black woman a monkey, which I was not for it at all, everybody wanted to cancel Armon. Are we not going to cancel Jason? Are we not even going to have this discussion and put it back in his face again? Man, you call Black women all kinds of derogatory names. Look at how he did his co-host. That was all over the internet. I'm just saying, it can't be, forget being convenient Black. Forget that. And it can't be, it's good for one, we're going to cancel this person, or we're not going to cancel that person, or we're going to show. Armon admitted he lost subscribers behind that comment. And it's okay for Jason Lee to say it and keep apologizing. He's making the comment because that's how he really feels. Now that's the truth.
Well,
that's all I wanted to say.
No. Thank you for calling in. I think this is important for we can hear all sides. So thank you for that. Somebody just sent Jason Lee a message saying he should call in. Y'all are so messy.
Please.
Somebody just DM.
He talks about you, he disrespected you. He thinks that he is on top of the world. And let me go here. I just said this last night in the chat. Jason Lee, I think he has 1 million subscribers or close to it on IG.
Mm-hmm. He got two. He have they got 2 million, I think. Hollywood Unlocked.
You have 2 million subscribers on Hollywood Unlocked, but when you go live, it's no more. If it's 1,000 people in your chat, that makes sense. And on that note, I gotta go. Bye.
Okay, thank you. 646-716-8447. Call in and let your voice be heard. Now y'all hear that? Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hello?
Hey.
Hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, I don't believe Jason Lee is a colorist, but I believe Jason Lee may be sexist. But if you want to Jason Lee being sexist, a majority of Black straight men are sexist. So I'm not getting a correlation between why they're comparing him being gay or something like that to him hating Black women. I don't get that because every time I see any chats and they're on subjects like this, y'all love to say, gay black men hate Black women, when it's really the straight Black men who dog y'all out the most and who treat y'all like crap and, who leave y'all with y'all kids, single and not helping y'all raise y'all kids and stuff. But every time there's something like this comes up, the Black women are always attacking gay Black men when we are like literally number one supporters. Like we're there to help y'all out and stuff when these Black straight men treat y'all like crap. And if we want to talk about colorists, a majority of these black men now, they would rather date Latino, white, and whatever because they feel like black women are too strong for them. So I'm just not getting why this has turned into a gay man versus a black woman thing. Jason Lee is just a sexist overall, and because most straight black men are sexist. Jason Lee, who even listen to Jason Lee anymore? Jason Lee, what y'all have to understand, Jason Lee does this stuff so y'all can do what y'all doing right now, talk about him. So y'all can't continue to take everything he says to the heart. This is what he wants this is what he's doing, to make his money, to make his brand known. So can y'all please stop taking it to the heart, everything he says? Nobody cares. The thing is, and let's be honest, there are some people who look like monkeys. Let's be honest. There are some people in the world who look like animals, who favor monkeys. So, I mean, it's and if you feel like OG look like a monkey, then maybe she does. I'm not saying she does or she doesn't, but there are some people in the world who favor animals. Get over it. It's the truth.
But I just think that as a public figure and you are a human being, we have to be very careful labeling people as animals because you have power in your voice. And when you say this stuff on a national scale, and you say that towards black women, it is nowhere in the world that you can get away with that talking about other white women and call white women that or people of power. You can ask, who is that? Nick Cannon got canceled because he went against a certain religious group. So it's certain people that you cannot talk about. But when it comes to black women, you can say it. You may not get canceled, but because it's not cool to say that because OG does not look like a monkey. She's a beautiful black woman. Okay. And it's an issue. And it's an issue when black men say that because you obviously don't know your history. Very ignorant to say. Even if you think that, I don't think you should say that publicly and use that on your platform. Because if a white man or a white woman said it about you or your family or your mother, you'll be angry and upset. And you should be. That. But you should not be that. Evilness that you speak against.
I never said it was cool. I'm saying there are people who look like animals. Some people who look like animals. It's just the truth. And for Essence in the chat, she said it sounds like the caller doesn't like black women. After the whole spiel I just did on who hates black women the most, she just really wants to have that debate.
Well, sir, if you believe that and think that, then you need to get educated because don't have that mindset that people look like them. No. People are beautiful. You got to be careful with that mindset, that idea.
It's not a mindset.
And you got to be very careful with that. You got to be very, very careful with that, and don't repeat that all out public because you will cause more problems and issues for yourself. Because maybe one day you will have children, and you don't want no one to say that about your daughter. You won't want that. You will be willing to fight.
There are light-skinned women who look like animals. There are white people who look like animals.
Well, I don't. Well, that's your opinion. Well,
but I'm not saying it's okay to say. I'm just saying that that's the truth. Why are we getting so up in arms? If you know who you are, why would you care if somebody calls you a monkey? You know you're not.
Well, if you a public figure and you have a platform, people will care because you have a voice. You will get outraged. You will get people that will unsubscribe. You will get people that will criticize you. That just is what it is. You can probably say that as a regular person, as a viewer, but if you get a platform, a lot of things you will not say because you will lose a lot of support. It's just some things that you can't say. Now, what you do is how you say it. I don't care if you thought about it, but you better not say that publicly. Ask Nick Cannon. It's certain things he said out of his mouth, and he lost pretty much everything. So you just got to be mindful of the things that you say. Even if you believe that, I don't think you should say it public because everything that you think about is not always granted to say it on a public platform out publicly. And that's when because if you do that, you'll cause more problems and issues for yourself. Thank you.
I understand I get what you're saying. I never said anything or any of that was okay to say publicly. I just said that some people look like animals in the world. Some people like animals. I wouldn't go up to anyone and say, "Hey, you look like a gorilla or a bear." I'm just saying some people look like animals. It's not cool to say, but
It's not
okay,
cool.
you look like an animal.
Well,
so,
thank you for calling in.
And I would never let my white friend call me. I don't even have white friends. Circling tangent to I don't even have white friends. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, thank you so much for calling. I'm gonna go to these next callers. Thank you. All right. Okay. We just educate the brother and hopefully he learns. You know, probably gotta live a little bit more too. 2074, call you on the air. Hello. Oh Lord, I'm gonna go to the next caller. They ain't ready. 2074. All right, sister. You gotta turn me down the background. You got me playing real loud.
I turned you down. The thing is, Riley, that I wanted to say to you, it's not the point that we forget. Some people have forgiveness in their heart. But Jason, we have to understand too that some people have low self-esteem. And what he say could hurt people. So I don't forgive him in that way, and I don't think I could forgive him.
All right.
So that's all really, for real, because it's really sad. We let Malago, I think that's her name, we let people who has different color of mother, and then they come out and disrespect us and then want us to support them. He's not the only one. It's a whole lot of them in there. They need our support. We are the winners. And they need us. That's why they keep mocking us. And we're not letting it go no more. They don't do the Jews like that. We're not letting it go no more. Thank you.
Thank you so very much. The number is 646-716-8447. Okay, we're gonna go to the next caller. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Since you love talking about bloggers, I was just kind of curious on what you thought about Sean Davey. He's the new YouTube guy. He did a on you, and I was just curious on what you thought about him.
May God bless him and his ministry.
Did you see the video?
I can't say I have. I'm busy doing the Wiley Show.
Yes, you have. Now you try to act like you. That's the only thing.
May God bless him in his ministry. 8018, calling on air.
Wiley. First of all, okay. First of all, let me say this. And no disrespect to any of the callers, but what he said, I can't help it if he gets offended. That was ignorant. That was highly ignorant. 1 minute you say it's not right to call black women monkeys, and on the next minute you're saying, but some do look like monkeys. This is the reason why. Someone said in the chat, black women, we are the backbone. We're not just the backbone of everything. We are the backbone of America. We make it happen. We make it happen. You've had single mothers since slavery, okay? Helping the white woman out. And you're going to make that comment? That doesn't make sense to me.
And
black women make this world go round. We make it happen. When there is no way, we make a way. And I can speak for myself, and I'm sure a lot of sisters in the chat feel the same way. This is why that way of thinking is the reason why black women are not respected. We are not respected by black men. We are not respected by whites, Latinos, nobody. They look at us now. You know what? I'm not even gonna go there about that. But
Anyway, we're not respected because our own people, our black men don't even respect us. Please don't, to anybody in the chat, don't get triggered by that ignorance. Please don't, because I'm not saying he is personally, but the comment that was made was ignorant. Please educate yourself. You have a black mother.
And then you have to,
How would you feel if someone said that about your mom?
Absolutely. And that's why I say he have to do his research.
To your face.
And live more and read and educate and to know what that thought process is very problematic.
I mean, I just think that was such, you ready to cancel Trump, Jeffree Star, what is it, the one, I think he was in the beauty community. He just, it's so many people that get caught up in these racist comments, these tweets, blackface, all of this. But again, we're not going to hold our own responsible. That's the problem right there. This is why we're not respected. But you want us to stand up, we stand up for anything dealing with rights. Even when people are wrong, we still on the front line fighting for everybody. Injustices. And this is what we have to go through on a daily basis from our own black men. It's disgusting. You know, I'm really surprised that I heard that, but I've heard some crazy things, and he sounds like a younger guy.
He's young, yeah. And
please educate yourself.
He gotta educate
That's
himself.
what I'm saying. I'm not calling him ignorant. The statement was, please educate yourself. Please, because if somebody said that to you,
that's
said
true.
it to your face, even though you know your mother doesn't look like a monkey, and they done threw the N-word out, your mother looked like an ape and all of this and that, you would feel some kind of way.
Absolutely.
It would touch you somewhat. That's all I wanted to say. No offense to anyone. That's all I wanted to say, Wiley.
Thank you so much for calling in. 9569, calling on air.
Hi. I literally just got triggered by that caller. Like, for him to just defend Jason Lee the way that he did, he clearly didn't do enough research on the things that Jason Lee said. So I'm going to go ahead and read just one of the tweets that he said. I'm glad that I'm part Italian, because if I was black, I'd be mad all the time. That's not somebody who likes being black, or that's not somebody who supports the black community at all. Like, I'm very confused. Even another tweet where he said, I said black is beautiful, but if it ain't bright, it ain't right. It's not a matter of if this man is colorist. He is colorist. And whether he apologizes for it or not doesn't change the fact that he's still colorist. And this is how he truly feels.
I feel you on that. Thank you, sister, for calling
He
in.
even had another.
Oh, tell it.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'll
No,
read this one
go
more.
ahead.
He said, I usually don't frequent all black establishments, but the music is white, so we good. How this happened though? LOL. Another tweet. OMG, if I never tweet again, it's because I was killed at this black club. LOL. So that's just saying on that this man is colorist.
Yeah, so, and I think he apologized for those tweets, but people will, it live forever. Like, you can apologize for it, but you still can bring it up, like, hey, this is what you said. So, and that's what he said on Twitter.
It's a matter of, that's the issue.
Yeah.
It's a matter of integrity. What do you do when you feel like nobody is looking or not too many people are watching you? These people were back in 2010 when he wasn't really popping. This is who he is. He can apologize for it because he needs to fit his public persona in this image, because he needs black women. Of course, he's going to apologize, but it doesn't change how he truly feels.
Thank you so much just for calling in. Thank you for bringing us up to speed on that.
Thank you.
The number is 646-716-8447. Anonymous, you live on the air.
So yes, I had to call back because I'm confused on what I need to get educated on.
I think that
triggers,
the part
and I'm not
is,
sure why.
I think the part when you said look at the animals and all that, you just want to be educated on that piece. But you
Okay,
gave
so what I need to be educated about, because I did say that
just know.
that does not give any right to call anybody.
Right, it doesn't. But I just think the
little or
statement,
monkey or
what you
anything.
said, that people look like animals, that's not true. And that shouldn't be that mindset. Just educate yourself on that piece. That's what we were saying.
There aren't people who look like
Absolutely no.
animals who look like people.
No, not at all.
I think animals are beautiful. Some animals are beautiful creatures. I think God created animals like He created people. So I'm confused on why people are upset like that. Like we come from the same body. We come from God. We come from apes. So I'm really confused on why people are so triggered about that. And I didn't know about those tweets about Jason Lee. I thought we were just talking on this one subject. But so maybe he is colorist. Maybe he is. Maybe he's not. My question is, if somebody apologizes, at what point do we forgive? We don't have to forget, but do we ever forgive? Do we hold that against them for the rest of their lives?
No, I think that what the problem is, it's a process. Because just because you ask for forgiveness, is a process. I think that you have to rebuild that trust. Because once that is out there, it will take probably a decade, maybe longer, maybe never. But when you say those things, he's going to have to work to build that trust back with those Black women that were offended by his comments, and it is what it is. And he may not never get that support.
So do we not more from apes? Did we
No.
miss that? Did we miss that in in science class?
I think your science was misinformed, but we're not from apes, sir.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe y'all went to some.
Yeah, maybe you need to go and get
We
educated.
definitely come from apes.
No, we're not. No, sir. No. You gotta educate yourself, brother. Just educate yourself. Read. I'm so sorry. He's just miseducated, and he's telling you he don't have that much education like that. He just he need to be educated. I can't get mad at the brother. This is what he learned in school, and he need. Unfortunately, it's a lot of brothers that still believe that and need help. So. Brother, you was incorrect, but we're gonna hopefully get a tutor and somebody can educate him. 2071, call you on the air. You need education. Hello, 2701, call you on the air.
Hi, this is Deborah Mitchell in the chat. So I just wanted that caller, I think you're still on the line. I think where the problem comes in, because there's a long racist history of Black people being compared to animals. So whether that's apes, monkeys, fill in the blank. So it has a racial history. I know right now you're trying to, you're trying to flip it to say we've evolved from apes or monkeys, but in the way you said it, it wasn't from a scientific standpoint. I think you're trying to make it a scientific standpoint at this point. But yeah, I think you do need to do a little bit more research. And Spike Lee has a great movie called Bamboozled, which came out several years ago, which kind of talks about the racist imagery of Black people in film and the media. So I think you should just take a look at that. And the thing about Jason Lee, even if it was 20 years ago, it was still wrong. And I understand people apologize and all of that, but if they've made similar errors going forward, in any kind of way, I mean, it kind of just takes the apology away. And so you got to look at people's actions, whether it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 10 minutes ago. So I do think, caller, that you do need to do some more research. And it's not an attack on you. We all out here learning. And white supremacy is real. And so a lot of us, Black, white, other cultures and races can also adopt a white supremacist mindset. So I just advise you just do a little bit more research.
Absolutely. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anonymous, you live on the air. Hello. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. So yeah, it's just about education piece. And that's why I don't throw people away because I'm like, a lot of things he was saying, he's just misinformed. You just get educated and you learn and you live more. And then you gotta live more and experience life more. And then maybe one day that brother have a better understanding of what it is. But black people are beautiful. That's something that you gotta learn. And we are the most beautiful people on the planet. Most powerful and when you look at the history and I wish Hollywood would make movies about the kings and queens and the beauty of Africa and the beauty of that before slavery because when they talk about black history they always go back to slavery, Jim Crow. They just get that thing. You rarely will hear movies or have documentaries about the history before we became slaves. And so I wish and pray that these Hollywood producers will invest more and make movies more of black people before slavery. What were they doing in those other centuries before they ever came, before 1690, before 1619, before 1619? What were we doing? What was life like for the black man and the black woman? And a lot of people don't know because a lot of schools don't teach you that much. Don't even really give you the real factual history about slavery. They just make it seem like every black person, no black people ever fall back, and it was resistance all through slavery. It was resistance, and more and more you read and educate yourself on that, you will notice that. And that's why I tell people to get to the public library, get as much knowledge and consume it. And you don't even necessarily have to go to college. You can go on your iPhone and your Android and Google, and you can speak and just research. It's so much out there and have these conversations. But I think it was great that we even have this conversation today. Wow, that's the beauty of the show. Let's go. Anonymous, you live on the air.
Hey, Wiley Show.
Hey.
Hey, I just wanted to call in and commend Deborah Mitchell. I think she made such a powerful point, and she did it with a lot of class. I hope that young man heard her and wasn't offended because she's right. I think we're all growing.
Yes.
And one thing we as a people don't understand, but not we as a people, that's not fair. Some of us understand it, but some of us don't, is how we internalize white supremacy. And when I first heard of this OG, right, I never watched that show. I didn't know who she was, but I started hearing all this stuff about, this girl's ugly and she's big. So I looked her up, and I got to tell you, Wiley, my heart sunk because I thought, some of my people are so lost. If this woman, who looks like so many black women, is ugly, a monkey. I mean, I was almost ready to see, like, if she has some sort of deformity, what's going on with this woman? And then I look at her, and she's she's got a banging body. Her body's better than most people's. But I'm like, I saw her, and she just looked like a regular girl next door kind of black woman to me. There was nothing ugly about her, nothing monkey-like, and I couldn't understand until I really thought about, man, some of us, we really got to get our minds. It's almost like we have to be deprogrammed from what white people told us, from what they told us is attractive and what they told us should be on TV. It's like people are angry that a regular-looking, normal-looking, average-looking black woman is being represented on TV, and they're attacking her. So that's just something I wanted to say. That's something that Deborah Mitchell's, her wise comments brought up in me, that many of us think, well, we're black, so we are not like white people. We're not, even though we are consuming what they put out there, and we sometimes think just like they do. So not just that young man, a lot of us need to wake up. A lot of us need to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, why do I think this way? And then the last thing I wanted to say, he mentioned, Deborah already explained why it's quite loaded to call black people monkeys, right? And he said some people do look like animals. Well, there are certain animals. There are people, like, you remember in the Snoop Dogg video, I can't remember which one where he kind of morphed from a dog into a person. And he's kind of making a joke about that with his name and with his look. But that's wholly different than coming up with loaded racialized terms for black people like monkey, ape. Those are totally different things. So
right.
Thank you for letting me say that. And,
Thank you.
Shout out to Deborah for making such a
Thank you. And I was so educated about, I was watching Hidden Colors, and they show the beauty of our history that was hidden that I never ever watched before, and I would never forget it. And that was like a couple of years back, and I learned about the beauty of Africa and how Africa was named after one, a white man that that quote unquote they say discover or went over there to kind of like change it from that and named it after him. But I love the fact that it is some Black people that are getting into the business of producing, documentaries and educating us about our people. Because yes, when I was growing up, I really didn't hear much about it. But when I started listening to Farrakhan, I started listening to Tariq Nasheed. He produced a great documentary. Even the documentary that he talked about what was going on in Haiti, about how they resist and how they fought back. And so it's the knowledge is out there. The only thing we have to do is go out there and get it because it's out there now. And it's so easy by just picking up your phone, and there's so much you can watch and get and consume. So thank you.
Good point.
All right, thank you, Wiley. All right, bye-bye.
Thank you. 8776 calling you on the air.
Hi, Wiley. It's me again. How are you?
All right. Hi.
The reason I call back is that every time I call, I never mention that I'm a researcher and I have a website. I never say that because I don't want to, use your platform to promote mine. You understand me? But I wrote a paper and it's been picked up by a whole bunch of publicists, all right? And it's called The Black Culture, the Black Culture in America. It's on my website. It's very, very long. It's very, very intense. And particularly, I took all my resources from white mainstream accredited sources. So that way, no one can say that I was being biased in my research. So I have, Princeton, Oxford, things as such. And I went back and got journals and things like that. But that's my website. And I go all the way back. I based it on the Bible because I wanted to know who are Black folks. So I based it all the way going back to Noah. So if anybody want to read that, they're welcome to go. My website is free because I put it up there for information. Another thing is when they did this whole Juneteenth thing, they never brought up the Gullah War. And the Gullah Wars, because everybody think that Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves because he had so much love and it was so much of an ethnic and moral thing. No, it's the fact that if you all recall the Indian American War, that's not the Indian American War, that's the Gullah War. That's when Black folks fought for their own freedom and they were winning. And they were winning so bad that they had to have the Civil War. And people don't know that. And so when people have this concept of Black people and that we're like beneath or we don't have any common decency or to be together, that's wrong. And media has put that out for so long and so much. You get calls from a young Black man telling you, yeah, people do look like monkeys. Yeah, you know what? To each his own, everybody's opinion is everybody's opinion. I can't tell that man how he sees things. But what I'm saying is the reason you think this is because we have been miseducated in the American system. And you have to do your research. You have to go and you have to ask the question. And there's no stupid question. You understand? So, like I said, if you know who you are and know who you represent.
Yes.
You understand? Because what I based it on, like some people say the Bible is fictional. Okay, so let's do it both ways. Let's take a figure from the Bible. Noah, before that started this whole new world, right? So let's find out where he was born, where he come from. And then let's take it to Abraham, and then let's put it in the perspective. Like, if you look at it, don't you know that the first temple, if you look at the first temple in Israel, right? Do you know that the descendants of that, the ones who built that temple, were found in West Africa, not the people living there today. Not the descendants of the people living there today, but it was from West Africa. They did the DNA. They did the search. Did you know that even when you talk your language, When people say, well, you speak English bad, no, I'm speaking African differently because there's only so many phenomena in the world and it all came from one area. Oh my God, if you look at the map and see the way the language went, I did this for my employer for Black History Month. And we went through the whole thing. And don't you know, people came up to me weeks and weeks later telling me how much they cried because they did not know. And so you have to know who you are. You have to know what is your meaning in this world. And these things that these other people do, you won't accept it because that is not who you are. You got to know the God in you. So that's the only thing I want to say because it hurts me because people don't know. And like I said, I don't mention my website and everything like that because I don't want to step on your platform because it's out of respect. And I have called many a times, but you have to. And I'm begging you people, please, because like myself, I try to do the most that I can for my people. And anytime they give me an inch, I open up that door and I bring as many of me in there. As many as me that could do the job and know what he's doing. And it's so much so that I had got dismissed from one position. Because we are there and we're talented, and then I get these compliments saying, you know, all these people you hired, you know, all of them did this and all of it, and they really good, thank you. You understand? Because it's a misconception because people don't know who they are. So they allow this media to dictate and define who they are.
Right, and that's why I say we should have those conversations. And the brothers and sisters that is educated like yourself should always come back to the community and have these conversations. And the beauty of it, like how we could sit for hours and talk about celebrity gossip, we should put that much time into having conversations about ourselves, about history, about the Bible, about language, about where we come from, to researching your ancestry. You know what I'm saying? To get and have those conversations, and we have become a well-informed people. You know, because the information is out there. And I think the beauty of it, I love going and watching debates when you got the Hebrew Israelites and the Nation of Islam or this group or the 5%ers and this group. I love that because whatever you are, I think we should all come to the table, whatever research you had, God, sister, and this one and that one, and have these conversations. But let's be clear, we as Black people have to remember that we are beautiful. We have to know that. And that's something that we need to teach our children from a young age all the way up, because it's have been images about us have always been derogatory. So we now have the power to give. That's why I like films that are coming out and really uplifting the Black culture and the beauty of Black people. And I love to see that now. I love to see the diversity that we're seeing now on television, that we're now seeing all shades, all shapes, all types of people. And I think we need to see more of that. And thank you for your research. And I think it's great. I'm here for it. I love it. And be a student and always be willing to learn and ask questions.
That's why I say the best teachers make the best students, because you're always learning and you cannot stop. I'm telling you.
And what's the name of your paper? What's your paper that you did, ma'am? What was it?
Well, my site is aboutsoul.com. That's my site. But what I'm saying is called The Defining of the Black Culture in America. And it's really long, and it has a lot of excerpts from a lot of books.
Well, send me the email in a DM so I can read it. I'm interested. I love to read.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
But like I said, it's really long because the feedback I get is positive from a lot of learning people. So I get a lot of feedback, and then some people say, "Well, why you make it so long?" Because it's not a short story.
It's very complex
too.
Thank you. It's complex,
yeah.
So it can't be no 2 pages.
No, it's not. But see, here's the greatest thing about it. All right, the greatest thing about it is no one has came to contradict anything I wrote, because my research I got from their book, and I went deep as I can into their archive, and they cannot come back and say that's wrong. Because if you come back and tell me I'm wrong, you better tell Oxford they're wrong, because that's where I got it.
Okay, well send it to me, and so I can read it and I can bring you back and we can talk about it. But I'm interested. I'm curious. Yeah, so send me the DM or the email. Thank you, sister.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye. You just never know who's going to listen to the show. So that was wonderful. Yes, that was wonderful. This is one of the only shows that, and I always tell people, this show is such a variety that we can talk about Charlemagne, so many other topics we talked about today, and bring it all the way to history. And so this is the only show. This is like the only show. It's not too many shows that talk about 10 different subjects. And if you have to be here to see it, you have to literally be here and watch the live. And thank you for the donations. And that's the beauty of the show. I think as any other show, I love to do that. But yes. When I look at, Haiti and the beauty of that nation, how they resisted, so many people try to take them out, and they just won in every case. So, and I started to really get into history. I got to get into it more because I've been reading like a lot of books like Charlemagne the God or Sean King, and I got another big book about Malcolm X. Somebody else wrote a book about him, and he went into more depth about Malcolm X. So I'm reading that. And I'm actually reading another book, Just Mercy. Michael B. Jordan did a movie, and I'm reading that book from the lawyer that he was portraying. So I'm reading that. And of course, I just got through reading these books. So I always try to read and get as much knowledge as possible. And the more knowledge you get, the better person you become in America, and the more informed that you will become in America. And I would definitely share it. Also, too, President Obama book is coming out in November. I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait for that book. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I try not to watch like reviews until I read it for myself, because sometimes the media, they be putting out stuff and I'm like, no. I want to read it for myself. That book comes out in November. I will be reading that and reviewing that. I am here for the debates that's coming soon. I also want to give a special shout out. We're really close to reaching 12,000. So if you have not subscribed to the Wiley Show, click that subscribe button. We are so close to reaching 12,000 subscribers. So I am asking you all to go and subscribe if you haven't. We are almost there. Thank you so much for the donations. When you study your past, you better prepare for your future. History is important. And it gives you a better understanding. Like, when people were saying, I was reading Sean King book, Make Change, and he was like, we need to put a plan, an effective plan in motion. I'm like, it's plenty plans that our ancestors, that our civil rights organizations have put in place. We just got to work to implement the plan and follow through the plan, because there's plenty plans out there. But I think where we're lacking is putting the action behind the plan and forcing that plan into action. It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work when you're out here, being an activist, and when you're out here acting for change. Because one of the situation I want to say is Breonna Taylor family just got a settlement. And they were talking about the lawyer. They were dragging the lawyer. He losing every time. I'm like, no, he's a civil rights attorney. And when you're dealing with a case like Breonna Taylor, it's only limited resources. The prosecutor, is their job to file charges, right? So the only thing the family can do is to sue the city, sue the police department, and to get a civil case, to get the money, right? But it is up to the prosecutor, the state's attorney, the district attorney, the attorney general, to file charges. So in that case, you can't blame the civil rights lawyers, because they're not prosecutors. They are an attorney. So the lawyers that are representing him or represent the family, they're representing them more so in a civil suit, right? But the criminal suit is up to the states. It's not up to that personal attorney, right? So when I was reading and watching the whole situation and all of that, I said they need, now what activists, their job and what they're doing to make us, and all of those people that are on the grounds that are actually fighting, they're fighting and bringing awareness so the prosecutors can go and file charges against the people that went in her home and did that, and they need to be charged. Not only charged, but they need to be convicted, because people are getting charged, but then they found not guilty. So I want them to be charged and to be found guilty. And this is why, yes, criminal court and civil courts are two different things. And I always use this example, right? Because when I was in college, I took criminal justice, and this my professor, she would say, well, let's use OJ for an example. OJ got off on the criminal piece, but the families filed a wrongful death lawsuit. And so he had to pay the family, right? He won the criminal case, but the civil case, he lost, because the burden of proof with the civil side is different than criminal. You don't need all 12 jurors to agree to disagree to win a civil case. You only need the majority of the jurors, right? I'm not a legal scholar, but there's certain things that I have read that with the civil, the burden of proof it's easier to come out winning a civil case than it is like a criminal case. Because a criminal case, you have to have all 12 have to come to a conclusion to say guilty or innocent, right? Because even the family of Dr. King family, back in 1999, they filed a civil case against the government and they won. They actually won that case. And that should be a movie about that case. Was it back in 1999? The family, Dr. Martin Luther King family, sued the government and sued them civilly, and they actually won. So not an attorney, it's just certain things that I would watch and it like piqued my interest. And I was like, man, I would love to buy the rights to that story and put that on a movie, because why that's not in a movie? Because that's like updated history that most people need to know about that. And some folks, they don't even know. I talked to somebody yesterday, I didn't know that. Really, they did? I was like, yes, they actually did and won. Was that in 1999? What was that? That was in, what year was that? Oh, let me get the year. Hold up. Because I remember I read that. Give me a second. When did that happen? Give me a second. What am I phone? See, when you got an iPhone, you just type it in. Let me see. What year was that? It was a conspiracy trial. What day? I'm looking for the date. And the information is just out here, y'all. Yeah, that was on December 8th, 1999. Okay? The King's family stand firmly behind the civil trial verdict reached by 12 jurors in the Memphis, Tennessee courtroom on December 8th, 1999. Expert from the remarks made by Mr. So it's, yeah. Remember that. Okay. I was involved. Yes. Okay. Wow. I remember that. I read that song. I'm like, what? And I would just be curious. Okay, so I'll see y'all right here. Let me see any other callers. We don't have any more callers, but thank y'all for y'all donations. We did a live. This is a 3-hour live. Let's see. Thank y'all for that. I wasn't even planning that we was going to do this 3-hour live today, but we did it. Thank you. Okay, it was a 3-hour live today, and we're almost at 12,000 subscribers. So shout out to y'all and for y'all support, and we will see y'all in the next video. Peace. I'm going to end this time because I got to eat. Me something. I'm hungry. Y'all have a good one. Thank y'all. Thank you to the callers. Shout out to y'all. Thank you. And reach back, go in the comments and leave us a comment. How do we do? What do we need to work on? What books I should read? Shout out to some authors. If you're an author and you have a book that you would like me to read, just send it to my P.O. box. I will read it. So thank you. And I will see y'all again. Peace.